Finds a way. Welcome to the Irrelevant Illiterate Podcast. You know who us stupid assholes are. Mike is out. What is Mike doing?
I don't know.
He's probably like fucking rolling spaghetti down a hill or some shit. Fucking freak.
Yeah.
You know who this dickhead is? It's the lovely Tyler Sharm is back for his 19th time. And a first timer, the prodigal son of myself, King of Baltimore area. The King of Westminster now. Right?
Westminster.
No.
The infamous Juggalo Jake is in the house.
King of Westminster now.
The king of, who's the King of Westminster? Okay.
The one that wears the bomber jacket.
That's what the one that gets kicked out of tattoo parlors.
Yeah. That fedora's not fooling anybody.
Like, they should have just left. Like, they should. That's why I hated that they cut his dreads off. I know. I understand he didn't do it himself. It's like, if you guys would have known he would have gone fedora, it's like, come on, man.
The king needs a crown.
It's like, you could have gotten like a baseball hat or even like a fucking, like a flat cap or something.
We drove past the sale.
I took
the for sale signs.
I think you sent me a picture.
Yeah. He's got
the
all
tour,
these
man.
signs up around his house. It's like CDs, records, books.
You know where he
movies.
lives?
Yeah, he lives up the street from me.
Oh, wow.
He literally like a hop, skip, and a jump.
He had a storefront for storefront. I say loosely. It was just like an abandoned store that he happened to have his shit in.
It was a space,
and it had like a clapboard in front of it that just had basically back to basics, blah blah blah, punk, hardcore, indie, horror, shit like that. And it was just on like the little fold-out board in front of it. And then he just got rid of that and just went to the fucking Joppa flea market.
Good shit.
So okay, I shouldn't go too deep into it, but his wife has a store at the Westminster.
He has a wife.
He has
now?
a wife?
Well, I don't know about recently. We'll see what happens. But either way, she runs a storefront in the Westminster Mall. So when he did his like pop-up meet and greet, they took the Westminster Mall is like half abandoned. So like they took one of the stores that was like not being used.
Yeah.
And he set up his shirts and all his CDs and his records. And
Hell yeah.
Do you imagine how well he'd be doing financially if he would just save money on Post-it notes?
he ran out of paper.
One thing I love is like he finds a band this is a band I'm going to talk shit on today that I don't like, and all that aside, but I'm like, then he'll go through is like, all right, say like today I don't like Agnostic Front. What am I going to call them? Let's see.
He's creative.
Yes. Very. Like, I mean, come on. Sadball, clever.
Smoke a dick.
Wisdom in a cock ring.
That's the
Wisdom
best
in a
one.
cock ring.
That's fucking
Fury
great.
of Nerds was funny.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I like some of these bands.
Yeah,
but I was
no,
like,
100%.
all right, clever. Wisdom of Cock Ring was just fucking his best one. But then he's like, Agnostic Front. He's like, all right, Agnostic Bunt, Agnostic. No, that doesn't work. That's not good. And I just like to think that he has like this list of like, no, that's not the one. That's not the one. Agnostic Fakes. I think we've got gold, boys. I think we've got gold, gentlemen.
The same number of letters.
Like, I imagine, like you say, like maybe he has a wife now. He's like, hon, can you come in here a minute? I just want to workshop some shit with you.
I was going to say, too, I bet he does have a wife because the only thing stronger than crackhead love is racist love.
When I first like met him and started hanging out with him, he had this girl, Tara, that he was with for a while. Then a girl, Carrie. He always found himself into like long ass relationships. By the way, we're talking about Rick to Life. Put respect on his name.
He's got love in his heart.
Like he always
he does have love in his heart. Let's be real.
And a lot of these girls,
the realist, you
like
could say.
they were really nice, sweet girls.
Of course.
You know, they were fucking fun to hang out with. They were normal. They had all their brain cells. They could fucking. I guarantee they don't collect benefits for no reason. They, you know, like you can give them a task, they can complete it. They're not like he did okay for him.
Probably hang sheetrock.
Yeah. Honestly, his mom was fucking cool as shit. Pat ruled, dude. But yeah. Oh, Rick. I really hope it's just a one long bit.
I don't know, man.
Need more Prozac in the monitors.
Fucking true.
Somebody said that on Instagram.
Let me just go on the record, though. It is not Chubby Fresh on his page. It's a lot of speculation right now.
No.
Chubby Fresh. it's definitely Rick.
Yeah. Yeah.
The NYHC OG, Rick, of course.
Definitely on all of them.
It is just
all him.
It's fun, like the days, like you can tell he's got his medication in him, because he's like, "Yo, DM me if you want to buy this," and everything's fine. Then the next day, it's like the comment on a picture of like a 25 to Life CD is like 7 paragraphs talking about how much of a piece of shit like Harley is.
The weirdest spacing you've ever seen.
Oh God, when he fucking goes into all that people he's like going to hang out with, and he spells all their names wrong, and
Lorna the Plug.
I love
yeah.
Postpone was one of them.
Postpone was my favorite too. Instead of Post Malone, he's called him Postpone. Jolly Roll was good. Yeah, he had a bunch of good ones.
What can't he do?
I don't know, man.
Is this Joe Exotic's boy over here?
That's your boy.
That's me in my younger years.
That's your sister's uncle.
Yeah, that's me pre-Dead and Buried. Dead and Buried made me fat.
Dead and buried.
Dead and Bird. Dead and Bird.
Dead and barbecued.
Oh, damn. I hate that he... Like, here's the thing. I don't mind that Rick sells Dead and Buried shit, but I wish he sold the good Dead and Buried shit.
No, I almost bought,
Don't do it.
what's the second
He
album?
did say almost.
Company I keep.
Yeah, he had that. He also
That one's fine.
He had the first one, and I really wanted to buy it and bring it and give it as a present, but I was like, I'm not spending $30.
I was for me to snap it in half in front of you. No, he does do that. He does do that. Like
He knows what it's worth.
when you would like find like rare demos and CDs from him. Oh, there was a markup. If it came from Europe, that's easily at least an extra $5.
Nah, I brought him a bunch of junk, and I think the only thing worth money I gave him was him Razorblade Romance double LP,
Right.
which I already have the single disc of it. So like,
Yeah.
That's worth what, $50?
maybe.
You think
And-
he's listening to that?
I mean, you can still buy. You can still buy it off Jimmy Pop's Big Cartel. So
Nice. I did not know that.
But I
awesome.
gave him a bunch of bullshit, and like, I got it was all trade, so I got Avenged Sevenfold, the Warmness on the Soul EP, which is like, you
One of the
guys
best
might be
snares of
too
all
old
time.
for it, but
Yeah, but if it's a rare,
very rare. I've never seen it in my life.
Huh.
It's their first. It's the EP they put out.
That's on Good Life, right?
Yeah, to promote their first album.
Is it the white one with the black bat logo?
Nah, I think it's the purple and black one, right?
That's the first album.
Yeah.
It's before that.
Oh, okay.
It's like a couple singles.
Oh, yeah. I know
how
what you're
much
talking about now.
would you say it is actually worth?
$30-$40. If
For
I
an
like,
EP, that's
shop
a
it
lot.
out. If I shop it out,
If you say $30 or $40, Rick probably charged you $50 at the least.
I gave him some junk. I spent no money.
You can probably pick it up this Saturday.
I literally spent no money. I went through my CD, DVD shelf and just picked off, some things that were like hardcore adjacent.
Yeah.
Stuff I don't listen to at all.
He'll take even shit that's not even hardcore adjacent. He's wild like that.
But I also got, I know it's not too cool to brag, but I do have a signed copy of Friendship, Loyalty, Commitment.
Nice.
So,
I fucking love that record.
I mean,
It's a classic.
I mean, it's weird to get for me to would be weird for me to have like a signed copy of that when I have his cell phone number. It's weird to have a signed copy from anybody if you know how to get in contact with them on a regular basis.
Yeah. You've been
It's
to their
weird.
house.
But
yeah.
you
like your Mexican beers? Have you ever tried the Limon?
yes. Oh God, it's a little too sugary for me, but just one every once in a while, very refreshing. You know what that's great with? Honestly, food.
Yeah.
Like any kind of like
all
grilled
beer is
food.
good with food.
Like seriously, I know it's kind of on the nose. If you make like your own enchiladas or something, have one of those with it. It just it works.
If it's super
it's
cold,
got-
sure.
The salt.
Yeah,
Yeah. That
it,
makes
it
sense.
fucking rips. But yeah, but Rick, like he would get in like the really good Euro stuff and the really good Japanese shit. But like you're saying, like a 5-song EP you would get off him, you're still spending like $20. And this is like 1990s money. Which what $20?
$10.
$20 1990 is like
30 now.
it's probably even more.
35.
It's just like God, but like you just knew, and he knew that you couldn't find it anywhere unless you
Yep.
fucking went to the
Supply and
country.
demand, baby.
So But yeah, the fact that he's charging $30 for a CD that, if you go to the right, like thrift store in Delaware, you can probably find Bloodless for less than a cent. You know,
Less than a cent.
It's like cut in half.
Let
penny.
the hunt begin.
It's like, God damn.
Fuck.
Me and Will, the Dead and Buried's our last bass player, we gave Matt Bennett a signed copy from all the members of Dead and Buried at the time of Bloodless.
How nice.
For his first wedding.
What a sweet
so
friend.
funny.
And we wonder why he had a second wedding. Yeah, we ruined that. Yeah.
Wedding gift is so funny.
It's such a bad record. None of us knew what we were doing. All the songs were half-assed.
I think the only
I've been
song
there.
on YouTube is Low Life, and
My
I do like that version.
my
Especially
vocals suck.
the part where you try to do like the emo like talking thing.
Oh god, it's so
Oh
bad.
man,
It's so bad.
Fucking-
I would
whatever.
love it.
20-year-old Dennis, dude.
I love it, dude. It's
I
awesome.
20-year-old
want
Dennis.
to turn it into a sample for the board.
Oh, it's so. Oh, dude,
It's dated. It's very dated.
there's a song at the very end of the record that we actually wrote in studio. I actually went out to get something to eat and came back, and
And they had a
Kevin and
song?
Matt were like, "We wrote a song," and I was like, "Well, it's too late. I'm not writing fucking lyrics to it." So Kevin did like a spoken word thing over it, and Matt, or not Matt Bennett, another Matt, added screened vocals over it, and it is really, really bad. And we went to a good studio. We went to Monster Island down in D.C.
Yeah.
All for a full length.
Yeah, well, Greek Mike from DFF Records paid for it. That dude could not, Ken Olden down there could not have been less interested that we were there. Just like, how's that, Ken? Yeah, it was fine.
Fine.
Just like, we was just press and record. All right, we want to try that again. All right.
Dude, why are engineers so fucking miserly?
He could not give a fuck, dude.
Like you
I don't
can't-
blame him, though.
You can't have a board unless you're miserly as fuck.
It was funny as shit though. We're like we were trying to like tune shit up, and like our bass player Will was down getting food, and Ken's like, dude, I'll just run it for him. And he picks up. He had like a 1960s Gibson SG bass, a really nice bass, and he's like trying to tune it up and get it ready for him. He's like, holds it up and just looks at it. He's like, did you realize? Does he know that the neck on this is severely bent? And it was seriously like like that.
He's like, what's a truss
Yeah.
rod? I have no idea.
So we had to finish the second half of the record with a bass that Ken had just in the studio. It was fucking ridiculous. That's really funny. But yeah, he was just looked at us like we were we were fucking shit gear, poorly written songs. We didn't know, none of us had been in a real studio before. We had no clue what we were doing. All out of one take shit because we didn't think you could get a second take. It was sucked.
Fuck it, dude. If it's hourly, I'm one take.
it's real hard.
That's one take Jake right there.
Get it done. If I'm paying for my hours, I'm done.
I can back him up on that. I've seen it.
I could one take it like later on in life when I was actually got good at what I was doing. But yeah, back then I should have had like 20 takes because the vocals on that CD are dog shit. All high pitched and just fucking whack as fuck. Then I grew balls before the company I keep. Yeah. And I had no excuse. I was like 20. I was like, what the fuck, dude? I had hair on my pee-pee. But
So I've been meaning to ask.
okay.
I listened to a lot of Dead and Buried, and what bands were you guys listening to that made you want to play music like that?
That's the thing that kind of was a bad thing about Dead and Buried is that none of us listened to the same thing. Circa Bloodless and Company I Keep, none of us listened to the same type of hardcore at all. I listened to pretty much the same type of hardcore I listen to now.
Yeah.
Our guitar player Kevin was listening to kind of the same shit as I did, but he also listened to a lot of that like Trustkill records, like Poison the Well type shit too.
Yeah, you can tell by the riffs for sure.
Yeah. The two brothers, they only played on the first two CDs. Chris and Matt, they were our second guitar player and our drummer. Our drummer Chris wanted to be E-Town Concrete more than anything. He only listened to two bands: E-Town Concrete and Poison the Well, nothing else.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Matt, the guitar player, only wanted to do shit like At the Gates and Carcass.
Fuck yeah.
But like, he's good now. He wasn't good then.
Mm-hmm.
He eventually got good. He was really young. He was only like 16 when he joined our band. But like, he wanted to do that, and then our bassist Will wanted to do whatever somebody told him to do. And so no one was ever on the same page musically until the last CD and the EP before it. Yeah.
That's how I felt being in B12 sometimes.
Yeah.
Well, I will say the last album, if you listen to it like it's almost a shame that it was the last album because everything was kind of where it should have been.
Yeah.
Like
we all listened to like the different shit then too, but we all at that point though we were older and smarter. We're like we know what we want Dead and Buried to sound like.
it was phoned. It was dialed in.
Yeah.
To where it needed to be.
Coming to Keep has some good songs. If we had made it an EP and just really knocked off a couple of the songs, it'd have been way fucking better. It'd have been way better. Yeah, but none of us were on the same page, and that's why a lot of those guys didn't stay in the band long. Which it sucks. So if you can find a band of people and all of you want the same thing, the same sound, the same direction,
Drowse.
fucking hold on to that shit as best you fucking can. That's a hard thing to find.
No, for sure.
So yeah, it took us finding that our drummer Vince and J Money to really focus it and bring it home. It was fucking great. And then as soon as I finished recording vocals for Bear Witness, they were like, "Later, dude." I was like, "Fuck, man."
You're like, what?
"What? I just paid for this."
So long, sucker.
Pretty much, dude. I paid for that shit with Percocet.
I was telling him that on the way here. I was trying to remember which record it was. I was like, I swear Dennis said he paid.
Percocet. I just had a kidney stone, and they gave me as I was still I was still straight edge at that point in time, and I was like, I would only because like when you have a kidney stone, they give you a big ass bottle of Perks or Endocet, the generic whatever, and then a big ass bottle of these really strong ibuprofens. Mm-hmm. I took the ibuprofens and I was like, Percocets, whatever, I'll sell them to somebody. And then
Came in handy, didn't it?
the dude Nick, R.I.P. Nick from Clay Creek Studios, and you know what he died of? And you know what he died of?
I can only
A
imagine.
little bit of an overdose.
Broken heart.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Like, he's a good boy.
Lord forgive me. I'm
But
sorry.
yeah, just
Rest in
like,
peace.
he's like, all right, this is how much you owe. And I was like, how much do I owe now? And handed him like the tall bottle of Perks. And I think it ended up coming out like 150
Wow.
Hell yeah.
at the end of the day for a full length.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or better full length. But goddamn, dude.
It sounds great.
And then they were like, you're not, because like I always wanted to tour early on, and they didn't want to, because they were like young, or they're just like, oh, touring's stupid, we don't want to do that. I was like, we got to tour, or it's going to go
No one's
nowhere.
gonna give a fuck. Yeah.
And then I was like, all right, well, these guys aren't going to tour as much as I want to. I'll just take a week here, a week here, a week here, like we were doing. Mm-hmm. And then I was just like, all right. And then I started working in the meat department at ShopRite. So I was like, hey, this is something I'm good at. This could be my career. Mm-hmm. So I was like, all right, I'm going to really focus on doing this and the band. And then they were like, oh, we want to go on tour. I was like, well, I can't now. Yeah. And then they kicked me out for it.
Did you have a hard time getting off for shows and stuff like that when you worked at the grocery store?
Yeah, because I was low man on the totem pole in the union and shit like that.
Yep.
Like the guy I worked for was cool. He was like, you can get out early on Saturday. But if I was like, I need to take off like 2 weeks or a week, he'd be like, no, absolutely not. And I was like, had responsibilities at the time. I was in my own apartment and shit. And I was like, yeah, I can't do that now. Like, you should have struck when the iron was hot. Mm-hmm. And they're like, well, we are just going to go do it anyway. And you're
Toodles.
out. I was like, all right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I recorded vocals. The day I recorded the vocals, we played a show with Reign Supreme and Too Pure to Die in Delaware. And then the next day, Kevin and Will showed up at my house in my driveway and kicked me out of my band. Yeah.
What's the farthest you guys went, like, touring-wise?
Indiana.
Nice.
Indiana and Texas.
Wow, Texas.
Yeah.
That's a...
Never got further than that.
Did Aaron
That's still pretty far out.
In Indiana?
What's that?
Did Aaron Hutchinson book the Indiana show?
We went through the guys in Blood and Blood Out because we were on the same label as them at the time. It was when we were on Spook City Records.
Shout out Jake.
Yeah, Jake's good, and Jaron was really cool. Indiana fucking rules. I would never go back to that state for any other reason.
I've only been there for the gathering of the Juggalos.
Fuck, you went. Fuck yeah.
That's apt.
That rules.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
There's a lot of juggalos out there. There's a lot of juggalos in their hardcore scene.
The one time I've been to Indiana, there wasn't jack shit going on in that state.
Sketchy as fuck that state.
It is the worst drive in the entire United States. Also,
Boring as fuck.
it's flat and it's corn, but
Yeah.
the show was great.
And then you get to Gary, and you're just like, holy shit.
Gary is just like Iraq.
Yeah.
Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
Gary's one of the few places where I actually didn't feel safe walking down a street.
No, 100%. Scrutinize played there like 2 years ago, and it was sketchy.
Yeah.
In the agitator van, they were like, "Oh, don't stop at stop signs.
Yeah.
Just keep going."
That's how I felt in Chicago.
No, yeah, 100%.
Even the cops in Chicago looked like fucking scary. Like
Chicago, I never actually played Chicago proper. I always
Me
played.
either. I played a suburb outside.
I always played Arlington.
I played Elgin.
we went there and everybody wanted to go to the Shameless house and like there was some dude on the front porch like
Fucking tourists.
charging like $20 for
You want-
a chair,
you
and I
wanna
was
get
like, I'm
one-
staying in the van like I'm
Yeah,
cool.
You want to walk
super
up on the
good.
stairs, it's $10. If you want to go walk over to Kevin and Veronica's house, it's $5.
Yeah. He did, and he didn't live there. He didn't. Have
No,
anything to do
100%.
with it, but
That's a
he
good
found a way to
scam.
monopolize.
It's a great fucking
That's a great scam.
I got a picture on my phone, and you can see him in there. Just post it up.
And if you're there longer than 30 minutes, he's like, all right,
Yeah.
come on, boys. All right. If you want to have, what is the douchiest thing when you've been out on a tour or just a long weekend or whatever that one of your bandmates has asked to do non-music related
Asked to do it and we didn't do.
or did do?
Okay.
Because like sometimes you do shit you don't want to do just because, you know, hey, this person wants to do it really badly and we don't come out here a lot. I'll do it for them.
Oh,
Disney World
Oh,
didn't go.
damn! I was gonna say that's kind of an expensive like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't go.
The fish market in Pittsburgh.
I was gonna say, what was it?
who the
Central
fuck
Park,
wanted to go to a fish market?
Times Square.
Times Square is pretty lame.
I had no interest at all.
That's like some basic
Yeah.
bitch shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a waste of a half a day.
No, for sure.
It's like, yeah,
Central
I
Park.
mean,
and like,
thinking back, we got to chill with Dane. I remember walking in Times Square, and there was just a dude standing there with the darkest sunglasses I've ever seen, just standing there, just smoking a joint, just standing there. I'm just like,
Yeah.
fuck yeah,
well,
dude.
that one guy got Dane for the CD.
Yeah, the
You
CD
know how like
gimmick.
you go and
Oh,
they'll
yeah.
stick a CD in your hand and
Yeah, yeah.
they
yeah.
got him for $50.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
I've been got for like $5 doing that.
Yeah.
It is
50.
bad, man.
It's like, yo, check out my CD, man. Check out my CD. Oh, yeah, I'll check it out in the car later on. That's $5. Like,
He was rolling around with
Fuck
the
it,
big
all right.
bills.
He was
Jesus
balling out
Christ.
there.
R.I.P. buddy, but
One douchey
dumb.
thing I could think about. I mean, I didn't think it was douchey, but somebody else that isn't into it might think it's douchey. But one of the last times Scrutinize went on tour, we stopped in Ohio and Cleveland and went to Ray's indoor mountain bike park because Brandon and Mike are big into BMX, and
Okay.
I mean, I used to ride too, so
Yeah.
I mean, I had the time of my life. I got a bike and we rode around for like 6 hours and then went to the show. It was pretty sick.
that's
It sounds pretty awesome, actually.
Yeah, I at first I was like, man, I'm gonna eat shit, and I almost ate shit a couple times because I hadn't been on like a 20-inch bike and God knows how long, but I had the time of my life, man. It was so sick.
Is 20-inch bike like smaller than a bike that you were used to or something?
I got a 26-inch.
Oh, okay,
like
the
a
height,
26.
I got you.
Yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
imagining the ones that little monkeys will like get on and ride into in the middle of like a circus.
That's why I feel like riding it, honestly.
Yeah,
Like-
like fucking.
Yeah.
That makes me think when I played with Reality Check a long time ago,
Shout out Frank and Germ.
and we played in Fayetteville, North Carolina,
Played there too.
and there was a skate park there, and we showed up because like we had hella time to kill. And the dude ended up letting us like pay like for like an hour and then skating all day.
Yeah.
That's
But
dope.
he took us up to the apartment and he was like, "Yeah, man, like I smoked weed with Tony Hawk up here."
I bet you did.
And he was like talking about all these skaters that were up there that he smoked with, and I was like, "Wow."
So you're gonna
I was like freshly graduated from high school, like
I think it
Yeah.
was,
this is it.
I played.
And then like 10 years later, like, I have a feeling that guy was full of shit. I don't think he was.
Wait a
telling the
minute.
truth. Mine. Did you want to go yours first? Or?
oh, the Disney World thing.
Yeah.
Well, some like it was scammer Anthony, of course, knew somebody who could get him into Disney for free, which is a cool move. Like if you can get in for free, that's fine. But the rest of us just like fucked off.
Yeah, but like also like okay, you get it for free, fine.
But it's still Disney World. Like, it's
Exactly.
so fucking gay.
It's like
Like, are we 10?
I think Will the
Couldn't go to Universal instead.
Universal's way cooler.
Will from Dead and Buried.
I think that was pre Harry Potter World too.
Oh shit.
Tight. We were playing Ohio. I want to say I was on that Trapped on a Race Reign Supreme jaunt we did, and I think we're in Columbus, and he was so into going to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Oh man.
That's in Cleveland.
Okay, then it was actually
Yeah.
Cleveland, not Columbus.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
when we
Cleveland
when we
Rock,
did that tour, we slept outside the Rock and Roll Hotel.
Yeah.
in the parking lot, and we're like, we're gonna go the next morning. Well, we woke up at like 7 a.m. and there's nothing but Browns fans around the van.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize the Browns were playing a game that night or that day, and the tailgating was starting. So like they were like shutting down the streets and shit. I was like, dude, we got to get the fuck out of here. And by chance we got out and like could have went back when the Hall of Fame was open.
Yeah.
We wouldn't have made it. We wouldn't have been able to park the van.
Damn.
Will wanted to go really badly, and we had a lot of time to kill before because like it was Columbus, Cleveland.
Yeah.
And I think that's like what, 2 hours?
Yeah, 2.5.
Something like
Yeah.
that.
So like there wasn't a lot of like driving between hand. And he's like, we gotta go, I wanna see it. And we're like, no, like you stink, shut
Also,
up.
Columbus is like way cooler of a city.
Columbus was the better show too.
Yeah.
So he's like, look, if we give them a Dead and Buried CD, they'll let us in for free. And we're just like,
Wow.
all right, look, it was Jay, Vince, and I were like, we're going to go to this barbecue spot and drink a lot. You and Kevin can go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So we're in this barbecue spot, like having a couple of beers, just crushing brisket. About an hour goes by. Kevin walks through the door without Will. And we're like, what's up? He's like, that shit was fucking corny. And he sits down and starts eating barbecued meats with us. And I'm like, having a great time. We run into Will probably like 4 hours later. And he's telling us all this shit we saw. And every time he said something, Jay would just throw something at his head. I saw Eddie Van Halen's guitars. Like, so is Eddie Van Halen, dork. You know, it's like, no one cares. And just like everything he was like excited about, we just shut it down immediately. Like, one of the guys from Foghat was there. Like, fucking dying of fire. Like, what are you talking about? You don't even like Foghat. Why do you give a shit, dude? Like, shut up. He was so excited, dude.
We played in Cincinnati a couple of weeks ago, and
Cincy's great shows too.
Yeah, since he rolls.
it was a Monday night show. I'll just say it was a show. Like, people showed up. You know, there was a decent amount of mosh, but I'll tell you what, it was at this place called Design Collective, and I'm not trying to talk shit on the venue at all. It was mad sick. You could smoke weed inside, like. Nice. But when we got there was nobody at the venue, and then all of a sudden, I just see this car just come out of nowhere and just pull up. And this guy gets out and he's got a beanie on and no shoes.
Sure.
And like
that's a
like
tight,
tuxedo. Not like leggings, but kind of like tighter, like athletic pants.
Yeah, right.
And I just see him walk into the venue, turn the light on, and then he went back to his car, grabbed a Homer Simpson bong and a bag of weed, and went back inside. And I was like, it's going to be a hell of a night. Dude, this place felt like a cave on the inside. Like, it was so fucking cold. Like, even when people showed up, you think it would have, like, warmed the place up.
Yeah.
We were all still in there with Carhartts. Like, dude.
Wow, I love a good cold show.
I love shows
Warehouse vibes.
When you're out and, like, you pull up to like a venue you've never been to, you don't know anybody there, and it's no one's there.
Yeah.
No people are inside.
It's the worst feeling of all
You're
time.
like, oh, fuck, what do we walk into? And then, like, you just find some random person, and they're like, shows? What? Music? Not here. What are you talking about?
Oh,
and then, like you're just fucking pissed. And then, like, 20 minutes later, some burnout comes in. He's like, who are you? And he's like, oh, we're from this band. We're playing tonight. What? Word? Like, yeah. The promoter, we're looking for, like, Bill, wherever. He's like, I'm Bill. Who are you guys?
Oh my
and you're
God.
like, we're like, dot. And he's like, oh, what's up? Yeah, man, I talked to you yesterday. What's up? You're like, oh, Jesus Christ, where's this going? And then, like, seriously, like 20 minutes later, the place is fucking packed.
Yeah. That's how it was when we played in Kingsport, Tennessee the night before.
Like,
that was Denver.
you're selling out of merch.
Yeah.
It's like, you're like, and even after that, like, you're walking out with hundreds of dollars in your pocket. Like,
That's exactly what
Jesus
happened.
Christ.
That's exactly what happened when I
Wait.
played Denver.
You guys make money?
Yeah,
It took a while to get there, but yeah.
the last
You don't see it at the end of the tour, but
It took a while to get there, but yeah.
the last touring band I was in. Yeah, I came home with $2,000.
wow.
I was like, I'm fucking rich.
Yeah. I could do this for the rest of my life.
I
Yeah.
never took home money because we always just kind of rolled it in. Like, okay, like say like this only happened with like Iron Price and Dead and Buried. Just like you get home, it's like, oh, we're like $800 up. Roll it into a shirt design.
Yeah,
Roll it into
that's
a
the
merch
smart
design.
thing to do.
Yeah,
Or something
100%.
like that. Or,
That's what we do.
Or put it in, like Iron Price had a bank account.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like rolling into the next recording session.
100%. Yeah.
But
Well, I got paid out because I was a fill-in too. It wasn't
Oh.
my band.
Look at Tommy's session work, dude.
Yeah.
I like it,
Nice.
dude.
It was the best.
The one show that Dead and Buried played when we got back together to do all the benefit runs that we're doing was Brick by Brick Fest.
We were talking about those
Yeah.
shows on the way here.
That shit was wild.
I wish I could have gone to one.
Yeah, I wish I would've
Brick to
went
Brick
that.
Fest is fun as shit. I played it with Dead and Buried and Iron Price.
There was a bunch
great.
of like 40-year-old dudes like fucking people up.
People were mad at us though. I'll tell you in a minute. But like, so we got paid out. Like I had asked for, I'll say it. We asked for $500.
Yeah,
That's
so
not
what?
bad, especially
Not at
driving
all.
from Delaware to Altoona and back.
That's I'd say 6 or 8. I think I don't remember.
Yeah,
off the top
that's
of my head.
9 hours at least.
Yeah, and
Well, how many tanks of gas too?
Yeah, that.
we stopped him. I think twice.
And that's
Yeah,
like $100.
And so
each time.
it was me, Rich, J Money was still alive, John Bose, and Dave Heck, and at the end of the night,
Great
like
lineup.
he gave us like the $500, and I just like everybody gets $100, and that was honestly the first time with Dead and Buried I came home with money in my pocket. I was like, what the fuck? And like I handed an envelope like with money in it to Jay. He's like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, we got paid, dude. He's like, they paid us? I'm like, yeah. He's like, all right, cool.
Isn't that's such a weird thing to get used to?
Yeah.
When you're so used to just eating shit.
Or just like if you have money at the end of the tour, you'd roll it into a T-shirt design.
Yeah. At
That's
the
a smart thing to do.
At
Yeah.
the end of that tour, I was talking about every night we got paid out more than our guarantee too. This was Drown.
Yeah.
We did this tour supporting that band Axis for that record show.
The
show
Florida
your,
one?
huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
That right before that Show Your Greed record came out, and they
Yeah,
were playing
wow.
the songs.
Love
Dude,
that record.
That was such a fucking good tour. There was a night when Dylan, the guitar player, was like, "Yo, we just got the masters back. Do you want to listen?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I sat in the van. And I was just like, "This band is so fucking good." Like
That rules.
Every night we got paid more than guarantee, and we sold so much merch. We had to re-up merch 2 times on 120.
Dude, Drown merch was everywhere.
Right?
I fucked up at that Brick by Brick Fest though.
There was 22 shows on that tour. We re-up merch 2 times.
That's crazy.
I fucked
Long
up.
sleeves, t-shirts, and
Were you guys at that Brick by Brick?
I was there.
I wasn't there, but
I fucked up bad. Cause like being the silly goose that I am, right? John's like, all right, we gotta do like a shirt design. I was like, all right, cool. What do you want it to be? And I was just being, me. I was like, I want a taco wearing
got that shirt.
wearing a Walkman.
I almost wore that today.
wearing a Walkman, smoking weed.
Yep.
And he was like, all right, cool. And he made it. And it looks great.
Yeah.
Right?
so fucking
And
dumb.
there's this, I forget the kid's name. I think his name is Richard. Spanish kid. It's always up in that area. Neck tattoos, face tattoos. and
Spick
shit.
to life.
Yes, him.
My boy,
Yeah,
Spick to life.
yeah. That's actually his his online handle.
That's at Spick to Life.
Yeah,
It's not derogatory.
Yeah, and like he like I only know him from going to like occasional shows. Like I knew him by name, but I was just like, he's like, "Yo, what's up, man? How you been?" I'm like, "Good." He's like, "Yo, you guys got merch tonight?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, it's gonna be right over there." And I think we were next to World of Pain, and he's like, comes out and he sees his shirt, and he's like, "This is what you guys got?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's the only one we got." And he was so stoked to like buy merch from us. He looks at it, he's like, "This is the only merch we got?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, turns around and just fucks off. And he's like, "Nah." But yeah, I think we did sell out. But yeah,
I got mine at the.
Yeah.
I definitely remember that shirt.
I got mine at the JC show that you guys played with.
oh yeah, we did have a
Cass and
couple.
Blood.
Yeah, we did have.
That was a
couple.
good show, man.
We ate shit at that one.
My
too.
shoes fell apart at that shirt.
Him and I drove there. Yeah.
We ate. Oh, you were there. We ate our dicks because, dude, I think Cancer Breeze played it too, right? Or was that a different one?
No, I think it was a different.
Remember Cast
wasn't
and
it
Blood?
It was Cast and Blood.
Cast
Wasn't
and
the-
Blood,
the
Dead and
first-
Buried.
I think Cancer Breeze
Year of the
opened it.
Knife played a secret set. I do
Yes,
remember
they
that.
did.
Because they
That's what it was. Yeah.
they played right before Dead and Buried, and as soon as they were done,
Everyone left.
everybody was outside,
Yeah.
and we played to I'd say 6 or 7 people. You were in there though,
I was.
and Dave
We
Janis.
were
was
all
in
there.
Yeah.
Dave Janis was in there too,
This is half the show. Right
Yeah,
here.
right here.
and we're just like, all right, and just
I think I
fucking,
had like blue hair.
we ate our dicks, and then Chaos and Blood was right after us,
What a band.
and Chaos and Blood
They
starts
were good
playing.
for a second. Yeah.
That shit was fucking packed for them. We're like, fuck. And then we're like, all right, we're not doing anything ever
God,
again.
I lived like 8 minutes from
And
the
then
venue.
Jay was like, I'm going to go die.
Corny.
Right? Nerd.
And I think the last show you guys played was the show at the Raven Inn, right?
Yeah.
The-
Jay Money didn't play that one.
Yup.
Big
He
funny
was
face.
alive, but he didn't play it.
Yeah.
because people were mad at him for something. He's like, I'm getting out of here. I'm like, all right, whatever, dude. And it was just
Dark
me,
times.
Rich, John, and Dave.
Well, I don't want to get too deep into it, but that was the show that the Butcher's Dozen bass player almost got beat up for looking like somebody from Delaware.
Oh yeah, this kid Dane that played bass for his band Butcher's Dane, great kid, right? But he had this horrible thing with him that he looked exactly like Jeremy Tinkle.
The Mexican Jeremy Tingle.
And there was a couple like
That's a shame.
crew bands who won't be mentioned on that show and who don't like Tingle, and they're kind of like, that's him.
What? They don't?
Yeah, they're like, that's him. And
they got him while he was moshing. He was going off,
yeah,
dude.
he was enjoying himself.
Didn't even know what was going on.
That sucks.
And it
dude.
literally looked like, you know, in a cartoon, you see the dust cloud and the fist flying. That's literally looked like, you know, that tunnel they had.
Yeah.
That like it's not like a hallway that was at the back of the Raven Inn.
Yeah.
It literally looked like that going out. We're all running outside, and they realize it's not him, and they go, "You almost caught a bad one."
Yeah.
That's
A good friend of mine is one of the people that was like dealing on him, and I was just like, that's not Tingle. That's not him. Like, that kid's name's Dane. He's from here. Like, he's like, no, that's...
Wrong place, wrong time.
And
That
like,
sucks, dude.
this kid seriously looked like Tingle if Tingle had good teeth.
It should be a dead giveaway.
Well, better than Tingle teeth, which was like, you know, a handful of car keys. But yeah, those, I was like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, we didn't do all that well that night either. That's when we're kind of like, all right.
Hey, the ones who were there that wanted
Crazy
it
Ian was moshing, though.
were about it.
Crazy Ian was
We
at
enjoyed
every show we played back in the day. But we were just kind of like, all right, man, the romance is dead. We're going to go back to our holes.
Didn't Iron Price play that night too?
Yeah, I think.
No.
Double duty,
Maybe they were
Dennis.
the next night.
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember, but
Oh, we played the other night.
Yeah.
Because it
With
was
Enemy
a two-night
Mine.
thing. Iron Place played one, Dead and Berry played the other.
Raven and then Sidebar.
I really like the Raven, man.
Raven was
That's
awesome.
great.
A funny thing that happened in Raven once, Cancer Priest played there with Cognitive and Wormhole.
B12 played that show.
Yeah.
That was like one of the shows after I had ACL surgery, and the one thing I remember about that show, there was more drum kits
Yeah,
than
it was
people.
all around
And
the
Rich,
dude.
Rich was the only person that would let Jake borrow his drum kit.
No, it was Evan. It was Evan.
That's what I mean,
Yeah.
Evan. I'm sorry, bro.
Evan's a sweet boy.
I played the Rockstar kit that night. It was nuts.
Because Evan doesn't have a small kit.
No.
Oh.
And
None
neither
of
did any
those
of the other
guys.
bands.
No.
None of
8
those
metal
guys did.
bands, 8 drum kits.
And none of...
Eight
Evan,
fucking racks.
8's all staged where
And
people
Evan's a sweet
stand.
guy. Evan's like, hey, you guys can just use the hardware if you just bring in all your breakables and stuff. It's cool. And they were just like, no, we want to use our own stuff. But
Of course,
then
dude.
like so we played
Not
Cognitive, and Rob Wharton from Cognitive is like a huge Cancer Priest fan. He comes to me at the bar after we play, and he's like, you gotta do this more often. This is way better than fucking Iron Price, dude. Like, I mean, that's just fine, I guess. And you're just like, but like, this is what you should be doing. And it like really dishes in.
For a second, I was like, wait. I'm like, oh yeah, he is best friends with Jordan Burke.
Yes. Here's the thing. He's telling me all
You know what
this.
I mean?
He's telling me all this shit. On my right, Matt Bennett. On my left, Travis Strawderman. And I'm like, Rob, they're right here. And he's like, oh, I didn't mean it like that. And fucking Travis like, how the fuck did you mean it? It was like really just like Iron Price sucks balls. Do Cancer Priest more and like.
And
it's funny as shit.
anyone's mean to Travis, I'll choke them.
Oh, Travis, laughed it off, but
Of course, but I'm
like,
just
I
saying.
didn't mean it like that, dude. After you said the most vile shit about Iron Price.
Somebody in the Baltimore scene who I am friends with, and I don't want to speak too poorly of.
Josh Lollies.
No. Well, this person tried to speak badly about Travis to me.
Strawderman?
Yeah, and I was like,
Tell me off pod.
I was like, dude, Travis is like my mentor, drumming and father-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Straight up,
I was like,
dude.
you picked the wrong person.
We
to try to
were literally
talk
had this
shit
discussion
to.
in the Scrutinize van when we were on tour. Like, I look at Travis and I'm like, that dude is like the happiest dude I know. He
He's-
loves his job. He loves
he's the
everything he does.
Loves his
The
wife. Loves his
definition
wife.
His kids, man.
The definition of a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
Fucking
We
fuck,
we-
fuck that person.
We always had a
Love
joke
you, Travis.
that every morning how Travis wakes up is like, like a flower buds and like it opens up.
yeah.
Every time one opens up in Perry Hall, Maryland, every morning, and Travis is inside of it, and he just goes, ah. and wipes like star beams out of his eyes. And he's like, and just gets off and enjoys his day. You can drop that fucking guy in the middle of you can drop him in the middle of Gaza right now, and he's like, "Hey guys, what's going on? You guys want to go?" Like, oh, that guy seems upset, and he's just like, he is an idiot, but God, he's the sweetest boy that ever lived.
He does back-breaking work and is like, I love my job. This is incredible.
Yeah.
Is it backbreaking?
He is.
I don't know. You know,
I'm just fucking.
He's a world
I'm not a
class
laborman.
He's a world class ball buster. He's really good at that. But he also, unlike me, he knows when to stop. He's the sweetest guy in the world.
He's a damn good welder too.
He worked with my fiance Caroline's dad, and her dad didn't know me at all, but somehow knew of me and was got to talking to Travis, and Travis was like, hell yeah, I know Jake. That's crazy. And it's just what the fuck.
Travis is the sweetest little boy in the world. I used to love when we would play shows in Maryland, and a bunch of weirdos from his union would just show up to the show, end up getting beat up or fighting someone or getting kicked out. We're like, Travis, stop telling your work friends to come here. It's bad. Every time we played Auto Bar, one of his friends showed up and got beat up by bouncers and thrown out. It was nuts. I can't believe someone says I'm bad about Travis, who wasn't Brendan Shull. Because Travis used to rip that kid apart.
Really?
Yeah. It's like, dude, because he's like, Brandon, he said, Brandon, you're so fat you cry mayonnaise. Oh my God. He was wearing the Suffocation shirt with Brendan was the Suffocation shirt that had Jesus with the crown of thorns and the tears. And he goes up to him and he just goes, and Brendan's like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I just wanted to see if Jesus' tears were mayonnaise too.
Oh my God.
Oh,
that's a good bit.
And it's so fucking good, but damn it, dude.
What a jerk.
Travis fucking rules, man.
Yeah.
Sure, he broke up Iron Price on my birthday, but
water under the bridge, you know?
Sure, he almost fucking killed me 19 times in a car because he drives like a psychopath. But yeah.
I wonder what that is.
Do you remember what the last show Iron Price played was? Because I think the last time I saw you guys was
I do remember it.
At the Shamrock. Was that the last one?
No, it was.
That was the album release.
Yeah,
it was in New Jersey, in a gun range.
Hard.
In a gun range, and we played in sand. The other bands, I don't remember the town, but this dude Fred, who played guitar in Departed and Bleed, booked it, and we played to a bunch of weirdo gun range, not just gun range people, but people that hang out at the bar at the gun range.
A gun range?
Is that out in
Did I mention
Jersey?
Did I mention it was New Jersey? Yes. It was
I think I went to a post-pandemic show.
It was mid. It was in the middle of Jersey, not north, not south, but kind of in the middle.
Did you just say that there was a bar at the gun range?
Yeah, it's kind of like an old towny bar inside, and you go outside, is where all the gun range shit is. It's not like an indoor gun range.
Oh, I didn't know if it was you need to take a breathalyzer.
The opening,
walk onto the range.
The opening band.
That's funny.
Was this band Negative Force?
Yeah.
Who's doing really well for themselves right now?
Yeah.
But this
My
was
boy Ant plays that band.
Yeah.
This was before Ant was in the band. He had kid, the singer, that little tiny guy,
Ricky
had a bunch of weirdos in the band, and they sucked.
Yeah.
So then they started really blowing up and doing well for them. So I'm like, why? And then I'm like, oh, he has all new dudes in the band. That rips. And another band was you know that band Weeping?
Yeah. I booked their first Maryland show.
They played it.
Yeah. That band rocks.
Yeah, and then we were the headliner, and
they played the last Butcher's Dozen show.
There was probably 10 people paid to see it, and then the only person I knew that went was no, Gloves Off played too. The only people I know that went that wasn't in the band was Phil Parenti. So that was the last
Shout
show.
out Phil. Love that guy.
Went and he wasn't in the band.
I'm pretty sure that Record Release was our last Maryland show.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Was that last show, Mosh Against Addiction show, was that before or after the Record Release?
That was before.
Okay. The one that not the one that was at the hotel. There's one after it. It was in that. I think it was the Fishing Game place.
Was there one in 2020? No,
I didn't go.
No, there was a Mosh Against Addiction in 2019. I think. I don't know. I'm getting my dates mixed up. Jake might know better than me.
As I know, is the Departed played it. Threat to Society played it. And I think that might have been that or our record releases or our last Maryland.
Damn,
shows.
Threat to Society played like every show for a second.
Yeah.
Remember that?
They're still a band, I think,
Oh, I don't know.
but I don't think they do as much. Their singers like fucking, checking all the steel beams at the Ground Zero. We should probably just take a piss break. There was a kid he was in a California band. This is Dead and Buried era. He came over and he had never seen snow.
That makes sense.
And that was, I was like, you never saw fucking snow? And he's like, no, I live in Southern California.
It never gets below 50 degrees there.
And all right, cool. But like when people are like if you live in Michigan,
I would love it too.
And you've never seen like a mountain, you don't have to go that fucking far.
A mountain? I don't
It's
know.
not like if you live in Delaware and you've never seen a desert.
Yeah, that's true.
I've never seen a desert. Wait, no, Texas has something.
Indiana has a desert.
I never saw it.
It's made of corn, but it's a desert.
Yo, corn rips, dog. Don't talk shit on corn.
Corn is a great vegetable.
Corn. Are you all right?
I like
I
Wheat
like
fields
corn.
or cornfields?
Huh?
Wheat fields or cornfields?
Cornfields.
Cornfield.
Every
Let's
time.
go.
Because
all day
you got
long.
shit there, you can wipe your ass with a corn cob.
That's true.
We're talking about
Plus popcorn,
popcorn rips.
corn
I
syrup.
don't know. The wheat is pretty sick too, though.
Yeah, I do love bread.
Come on, bread fucking rips.
Yo, does anybody know where we can get the video of Molly moshing in the corn?
I remember that.
We were
that
talking
video
about that
went-
on the tour. We
that
were like,
video
that's
went
like one of
crazy.
the like lost media of
Wow.
yesteryear.
What a weird boy.
That
was a good
video
one.
went
The Martyr AD.
crazy.
Yeah,
I forgot all about that.
we'll have to insert it right here.
If I find it, I swear to God, I will.
You said Molly?
Yes,
He had a jacket on and fucking yeah. It was really funny.
just in the middle of a cornfield, just going crazy.
I'll ask him and I'll tell you exactly what he'll say if I ask him.
He'll say, "Ha."
What? He's talks like such a burnout for a dude that doesn't do drugs at all. How many times he's like, dude, what? What comes out of his mouth is fucking ridiculous. Oh, fuck. Oh, Tommy, we right now, guy.
I'm writing down to insert the corn mosh video.
I only like the first couple albums. Really.
Don't we all?
That band is so fucking, even like a young me.
Ooh, Marty Rad?
No, fucking Corn.
Oh,
You're talking about Martyr?
yeah.
I like the first one.
I've
I was
never-
a huge Disembodied guy.
Yeah, same.
And I was like, oh, it's kind of like Disembodied, but not too much. But then the stuff after it, I was like, eh.
I think corn stinks.
Yeah. Marty D, the first one was pretty gnarly. And I know this is going against most things I say, but and it's only somewhat related. I was a huge fan of this band called Earth Mover from Detroit. And it became Walls of Jericho. They switched out singers and it was Walls of Jericho. The first Walls of Jericho record fucking rules.
Yeah.
It sounds like Earth Mover with a different singer. It fucking rules. Later shit, not so great. But
Was it the chick?
yeah. She's fine. Like, for as far as female vocals, she does fine. But then later on, it got a little too metally for me. But yeah, the first, like, Walls of Jericho was awesome. I don't give a shit what anybody says. But that's...
I don't know that anyone would disagree. I'm not
like,
sure.
I'm not like a huge Walls of Jericho guy, so maybe you're like, no, the later shit, dude.
Yeah, I simply don't know.
Yeah.
So I think they played an East Coast Tsunami one time that was poorly attended. Shocker.
Well, that's pretty much... No. Shut up, Dennis.
I had them confused
Shut
with
up, Dennis. Shut up, Dennis.
I had them confused with Vision of Disorder.
That band sucks balls.
But they played to
That
like
band sucks so bad.
they played to like 4 people.
So Rick was right, huh?
Oh, he's
What
that...
does he call them?
Dude, look, what some of the shit Rick the Life says, I'm like, yo, that's fucked up. Don't say that shit. But a lot of his assessment on bands, he's not wrong.
It's like Alex
not
Jones.
wrong.
He's the Alex Jones of hardcore.
Yeah.
It really is.
Every 2 lies, there's a truth.
Like when he starts saying white power worldwide, like, but love everybody, you're like, what the fuck? But he's like, like H2O or sellout posers. I'm like, well, yeah, they are. Like Rancid was fake skinheads. Like, yeah, they were. It's like, some of this shit is not wrong. I'm just saying.
That's so fucking
Do
funny.
you?
Oh no, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah,
He's
yeah,
straight
yeah.
edge.
Yeah, bro, I'm straight edge
Oh, word?
for weed only.
Well, you stopped drinking altogether?
that Malort was like the first time I had a sip of alcohol in like
Oh, fuck,
probably
dude, I
like a
didn't
year.
mean
Nah, dude, it was chill. You know,
No, it wasn't.
might as well try it. I'm chilling, man.
The
I'm
one
fine.
thing you stop.
I'm not fucked up.
It's like I'm giving you really nice things to do. It's like, here's this dog shit liquor. Oh, fuck. Well, we got a segment on here for first timers. And Jakey, you are in the hot seat, boy. I actually took my time with this one. Normally, I just phone it in.
Number 5,
Normally.
complete this trust company lyric.
What?
Those have
Downfall?
been in there for a while. The light IPA is not
See if
actually
it's
that
still
bad.
good.
Should be.
I just remembered that because I just saw a clip of Dave Mirra Freestyle BMX 2 like a day or two ago.
Yeah, that's an awesome game.
And they, were,
BMX? Is that BMX?
Yeah.
Okay.
and they were going through the soundtrack of it.
Rest in peace, Dave Mirra.
Straight up.
Can't
He's
believe
dead?
Dice-
Yeah.
Yeah,
How'd he die? He's
He
not
offed
that
himself.
old, was he?
Suicide.
Shit.
He went to the old rope store.
Somebody wouldn't put him on the pegs in the fucking bike and. Fuck, dude. That sucks. Yeah. I've never owned a bike or learned how to ride a bike. And it pissed my dad off so fucking bad when I was a kid. I remember it because he was like, "Do you want us to get you a bike, man? You gonna get a bike like your sister has a bike?" I'm like, "Can I have comic books instead?" And he's like, I fucking guess. That's probably when he stopped loving me.
That was it. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I'd never owned a bike. I've been on a bike once, and somebody pushed me off, and I knocked my front teeth out.
Jesus.
Oh,
Rough start.
yeah, dude. But, you know, dude, I'd probably be fucking, like, super thin and shit if I was, like, a regular bike rider.
You have the same size legs because they're just so strong from riding all the
Yeah,
time.
instead of it being, like, carbohydrates, it's actually, like, muscle.
As a lifetime never driver, it would have come in handy.
If you guys
Right?
are big fans of this podcast, we need to raise money to get Dennis a Peloton.
I have an exercise bike, right? But I ordered an exercise bike,
I
brought it
love this
into
excuse.
the house. 350 pounds is the weight limit.
Yeah.
I weigh way over 350 pounds. I weigh 389 pounds.
Damn, you're down
suggestion.
you're down like 8 more pounds then. That's
Yeah,
great.
dude. I'm not going as fast as I want to, but I'm doing all right.
still
I mean,
going, though.
drinking on every Wednesday isn't helping. We have a recurring segment that we only reserve for first timers. Sharm's been through it. Even Tom's been through it like 6 times because everybody used to cancel all the time.
Fill in.
Yeah. Fill in Selmo. No, fuck that. That was clever. Eat a dick.
Oh, you that?
Thank you. Thank you for bending to my, This is Gripping Inquiries. This is 12 of the hardest questions the Juggalo Jake will ever be asked in his entire life. All right.
No pressure, obviously.
Let me start this off on a positive note. I'm going to go in my little pocket here.
He's counting dollars.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is $6 US right here. Is this enough to get you to change your band name?
It's not my band.
Those who
Not
don't,
my band.
those who don't know, Jake is in a band called Sukka What? SUKKAWHUT from Westminster, Maryland.
There's no H in there.
There isn't?
No.
They're so above the law.
Dude,
I love the name, but I didn't come up with it.
how you going to hate the name when you can't
And
spell it
I'm,
right?
I'm the newest
Yeah,
member.
fair enough,
so-
right? Who's the dickhead now?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
I was about to say, I have $8 in my car that I'll give him to keep the name.
You should support them because they're sweet boys, but that name is terrible. Is $6 enough to get you to change it?
I didn't do it. I can't. It's Mike's band.
All right, then you simply get $1.
Damn, dude, you got paid for podcasting. That's crazy.
I'm telling you, dude. Shout out to Mike, though, because we played that place in Westminster and all our gear exploded.
On 420, that was fun.
It was
Nick,
just-
oh, yo, shout out Nick Monroe. Rest in peace. He gave me some little juice box that was like, he said it was like 1,000 milligrams of THC. I don't know what it was, but I drank it and I got fucked up.
Yeah.
All right, I'll shout out Justin Anthony from Mortal Ground. Go check him out because he had multiple flasks of liquor on him, and we were just fucking pounding that back
Yeah.
upstairs. It was pretty awesome.
Nice.
Was that the same night as the snow? Sorry.
So that's not enough to get you to change the band name.
out of my hands.
Question number 1 is an X next to it. That's not good. Now, question number 2, I write all these myself, but one came across from a previous guest and regular listener, and it was really good. So this was written by Bill Durant.
Shout out to Krieg
Shout out to Bill, dude.
and Bill.
Does the existence of Harriet Tubman make it possible for there to be Harriet Tub Girl?
Yeah. Yeah, without a doubt.
Correct answer.
As the time goes on, I mean, what more could you expect?
You know, abolitionist who also shits straight up in the air in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Shout out to Harriet Tub Girl, dude. That's a great band name. Somebody should use that. All right. Question number 3.
Not Euro.
Well, Eastern Euro, actually. That's definitely some country that doesn't exist anymore. Question number 3. Ever get stuck in a dryer and your stepbro had to get you out?
Yeah, but I mean, if you see the size of me, it wasn't an easy task.
Fair enough, dude. There's butter in the pantry. Lube that boy up. Now, you got a son, so you might want to sit this question out, but this is roughly talking about little kids. How stupid are little kids that when they get into their Power Wheels, they actually think their ass is really driving?
I don't think it's that stupid because, like, that's as much fun as you can get. Fucking dude, do a burnout, man. Do a skid, you know. You can't
Drain
do
that
that in real
battery.
cars.
I don't hate this.
You can drive them like you can't drive real cars. So
That's true.
I don't hate that reasoning.
I also can't drive a real car. So, fuck it. It's good. When their ass is like, yo, I'm going down the street in my fucking Bentley. Like, dude, that thing is like baby size. Like,
better have a good
the
charge
car.
on it.
The Power Wheel battery is
Yeah.
like less than the size of a lawnmower battery. Have you ever put like a fucking small ATV or like a car battery in one? It's
I can only
fun.
imagine.
It's really fun.
I don't like Power Wheels because they're unrealistic and they set expectations for the kid later in life that's just going to disappoint him. What I mean by that is, it's like you'll find like a Escalade Power Wheel or like
Fuck
a Humvee Power Wheel,
Silverado.
or even like something like something else like a Corvette or whatever, right? Yeah. They should really set them up for later on in life and just have like a Toyota Camry Power Wheel or a Nissan Sentra Power Wheel.
yeah.
It's like, this is what you're really going to be driving.
Nice
to
Honda
GameStop.
Civic.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Or a-
Murdered out.
Or a black Nissan Altima. Even better.
That's a fucking.
The most dangerous vehicle
Yeah.
on the-
Shout
in America.
Shout out to Will from Denbury. Drove a white Nissan Altima
Of course he did.
with a wing on the back of it.
Oh,
For speed.
fuck.
More horsepower.
Instead of
yeah.
buying like gear that actually works, I was like, let's soup up this car and not get pussy with it.
let's reduce the drag on this 4-cylinder
Yeah.
car.
I just go to work in it, fucking weirdo. Question number 5. Have you ever wondered if Porky Pig's stutter is trauma induced?
I can't even imagine what that guy's going through.
You know, he's like, pip, 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 and you're like, oh, that's funny. He's got a stutter, but you didn't realize
No,
that
it's bad.
his uncle was just fucking him.
No, it's bad.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
Justice for Porky.
You fucking bang on the wall, he starts crying.
He's like, stop it.
Or you start throwing pots and pans.
Like holding his ears and crying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
come on. I need you to stop.
Now, this next one's a real thinker.
I don't know how.
Question number 6. If all the local barn owl population started their own commonwealth, eventually achieving statehood, would it be called California? California.
Nah, man. California's all fucked up.
Folks.
You're not going to like this next one. Now, question number 7. If everybody named Albert started their own commonwealth and achieved statehood, would it be called California?
Now that I can get behind.
Fuck yeah, dude. Shout out to Al's, dude.
Shout out to Albert Olson from Little House on the Prairie.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Sure.
He's a frontiersman. Now, number 8. If all Transformers can fly, why should I give a fuck if they can turn into dirt bikes or VW bugs?
Because then, what a your bang drive?
It's true. I mean, Optimus Prime can seriously fly. He can, fist in the air, fly through the air. Why do I give a fuck if he can turn into a semi-truck?
Well, honestly, have you ever thought about how much effort it takes to fly between flying and driving? I'm sure he has some sort of like level of how much energy it spends between each thing he transforms into.
Oh, it's true. He's got more factoring. Weather factors in more.
If he has to fly, he probably can't do shit for a couple days.
Oh, true.
You know?
Yeah.
Do you think like
He could drive for 2 or 3 days, but versus flying for one,
he might get like personal jet lag?
yeah, well,
Yeah.
All right, he's turned me around on this. Damn, dude. Question number 9. Get a load of Sharm over there.
What I do?
Exactly. Correct answer. Now, question number 10, moving right along. If A, E, I, O, and U started their own commonwealth and eventually achieved statehood, would it be called Valifornia?
had to be.
Fuck yeah, dude.
No other option.
Now, this one is a little personal. You can choose not to answer this if you want to. What's up with Taylor wearing do-rags? Does he know that those don't work on white people?
Well, like me and Taylor, we've grown up wishing our whole life. And we do what we can to accommodate. So
That's the pride of Baltimore County right there.
I think a do-rag makes him feel right. So if that's what it takes, then it beats a lot of the other stuff he does.
Couldn't be any worse than listening to his hot takes on modern hardcore.
And one of the jackets that they have at work for you to work in the cooler with,
Yeah.
I looked in the pocket because I felt something. There was a do-rag in there.
Did you pop it on?
I thought about it, but I smelled it
Get that
because I
blaze.
wanted to do like just a sniff test, and it smelled like only smoke.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So I was like, you know what?
Like cigarette smoke or just like off of fire smoke?
No, like blunts.
Nice.
Nice.
And I was like, no, this is somebody's. I won't disrespect.
So you got a contact off that probably.
What?
What? You just come out of there like, dude, why are your eyes red? And he's like,
What are you talking about?
I was just putting milk up, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
You got to go to Concentra now.
Exactly. Number 12, final question. Finish this CKY lyric. Oh, can't you see? You belong to me. How my poor heart aches with...
Got no time for silly wiggers. Y'all can't feel me wigger.
You got your ass,
Holy
dude.
shit, dude.
That's the right band.
Huh. Tally it up. Perfect fucking score, dude. Thing. Jesus Christ.
That was a close one.
That was good, dude. Perfect score, dude. I can't believe that. First time through. Perfect score.
And I
Damn.
made $1. Hell yeah.
And he made a buck, dude. No one has ever left this place with money.
Yeah, so far he's ahead of all the others.
I'm telling you. Jesus.
No, I just told you.
Imagine like we actually start like doing real numbers and actually have to start paying guests. Which you can contribute to if you go to patreon.com/IRRANDILL. $3 a month gets you an extra episode a week, plus a bunch of other goofball shit coming on. Like we've just did our final. Was it our final listening party?
No,
Oh shit, we're still going through those?
it's going to be, but we did what I call a retrospect
Yeah.
of bands that we heard in the past that we thought that either the name was so funny that we had to hear what it sounded like, and when you listen to 20 bands that are from various places across the world, across the genres, sometimes you get a really bad one, and you catch and then you catch another bad one, and then another one.
Then 19 bad ones.
And then by band number 17, anything that's like kind of good, you're like, wow, this is the best shit I've ever heard. So we went back, or I went back in the catalog, and I was like, let's revisit some of these that we scored. We scored some really high out of 10, and we were like, were we looking through rose-colored glasses, or was this actually sick? And like, honestly, like 14 or 15 out of the 20 that we listened to today were still pretty fucking good.
Some of them got dialed back a little bit,
Yeah,
but not too
but
much.
not much.
I don't know what the fuck we were thinking with. Is it 20, 22 light years or whatever the fuck it was?
26 Other Worlds.
Yeah.
Is
There
that
was-
a Hare Krishna band?
It was,
No,
I think they were from,
they're from the Isle of Malta.
yeah. And there were 6 of them. We couldn't figure out what the 6th guy was doing.
Yeah.
Because there was like no keyboards, no second vocals, no third guitar track.
And like the photo is like the most like anonymous looking band shot I've ever seen. Like one guy had a Symphony X t-shirt on, and the all other guys look like T-Mobile salesmen.
Or dudes that would sell you like perfume on a street corner.
Is he the boss tone?
Yeah.
That's what I said. I said
exactly what he said.
I said I hope the big guy's the skanker.
The mosher, yeah. Jesus. What a lost art that is. It's like, I can't wait to be the old guy's like, you know, there used to have these bands in my day where one guy would just stand on the stage and skank around the entire time. It's like,
Was it this podcast that brought up if it's harder to be the Slipknot guy?
Yeah.
yeah.
That
Or the
was
Boss
a great
Tones guy.
debate. That was an awesome debate.
I'm still
No,
saying
100%.
Boston's guy.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
He did it all
He
in a
moves more.
And he did it all in a
In a
wool
suit.
suit.
Yeah.
And he wasn't fit. He was a fat Boston drunk. Like,
Well,
I think
know.
he's the only person in that band that should get any sort of like medical coverage. Because his knees are probably shot by now.
What I think about both
Hypertension.
bands is how did both of them even like how hard was it to schedule a practice with that many members between both bands?
Right?
It's so hard with 4 people.
Yeah, or exactly.
Jesus Christ.
I can't even get the dudes and Scrutinize in the same room.
Do you think the Boss Tone had to practice?
No.
Now I will
1,
say,
2, 3.
I will say the dudes who just bang on kegs in Slipknot, at least they had to learn the beat of the new songs to bang the keg along to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a little more homeworky type shit. Whereas the Boston guy is like, hey, look, then we need you to show up at 8:00 at this venue, have a couple, and just do your thing. He didn't have to learn the songs.
as far as calories burned, he's like he smokes those guys.
Oh, absolutely.
Even in performing in a jumpsuit and a mask,
Yes,
Yeah.
correct.
still the cardio in itself.
Yeah.
I also wonder, do they have to come up with their own mask, or was there like masks on standby that just didn't make the cut for the first guy?
Yeah, who's their fucking AD?
It's got to be a
I don't
graphic
believe it.
designer, yeah.
Because you can't just like leave it to the Slipknot band member.
I think you look like you could wear a pig mask.
Yeah, or like the first. How many was
How
like,
about Dick Nose?
like the first? How many was like
Leave Chris
the
alone.
OG lineup of Slipknot?
9.
9 guys.
9.
I'd say the first 5 dudes to come up with the mask, like, oh, you got all those weird needle things in your head? That's pretty sick. What do you got? He's like, oh, mine's kind of like a clown, but a little bit crazy. All right, nice, dude. But then one guy's like, I'm just going to wear a paper bag. Like, dude, this isn't the band for you.
Yeah.
This isn't your spot, Tim. You know,
You gotta
like,
put
fuck out
at
of
least
here.
$50 more into your wardrobe.
Yeah. And then he just gets some, like, fat mall goth to fucking design a mask for him. It's like, now you're this weird dude. I'm like, all right, Con, I'll fucking take it. It's a gas mask, but I'll take it anyway. I don't care.
The one video, that House of Mass dudes, where Sid Wilson goes over his house
Yeah.
and shows off his Slipknot mask collection. I mean,
Insane.
one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Imagine how bad those things smell.
I think they were all recreations, like
Oh, well, that's...
No, I'm pretty sure he's got some original pieces as well.
two. I mean, yeah, damn.
Denenberry used to practice at this dude Mike's house, and he was a member of Bad Luck 13,
Hell yeah.
but not an actual guy who played an instrument. He was just a dude that showed up dressed like an asshole.
Wearing a thong and throwing stuff.
And yeah,
at
shit like
people.
that. He had this wife beater that he wore every single show, and it didn't get washed. And he kept it in a trash bag in his back porch, and it smelled exactly how you think it would smell, like a murder scene. And so, like, Slipknot, I'm guaranteed, like, somebody probably goes in there and wipes those things out at the end of the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Bad Luck's like, Jesus Christ, dude.
They definitely got like 6-figure makeup artists like on tour with them.
Yeah,
doing,
sure.
You know,
Yeah.
especially now. Like
Yeah.
How funny-
back in like '98, you know, they probably had masks that they made themselves.
yeah.
Yeah.
How funny be like, oh, how did you start your career? It's like, oh, well, I used to work on the Muppet Show, and I made like, you know, Rolf the dog. I made that head, dude. I made that. That's pretty. Oh, sick. So what are you up to now? I was like, well, this one asshole bangs on beer kegs, and it's like some evil dentist look. I don't know what the fuck he's going for, but that's what I do now. Is like, oh shit, things are that bad. It's like, yeah, it's pretty bad.
But the pay is good. I mean,
It's true.
I can't complain. I got benefits and
Like, cause Isn't Max Weinberg's kid plays drums for something
Used
else.
to.
Used to.
They kicked him out.
That didn't last.
I thought he left. They kicked him out.
Nah, man. They kicked
What
him
was
out.
what's the story with that?
I guess he just couldn't commit what they wanted him to.
It wasn't that his only band?
He's also one of those guys, like, he's in a band for 3 days and then is gone.
He's doing suicidal right now.
Oh,
He did Madball for like 6 months. But like I can't
Sad
imagine.
ball.
Yeah, you mean
I
Sad
can't
Ball?
imagine Jay Weinberg coming up with a good Slipknot mask.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty apropos.
What if
How do you do a New Jersey boardwalk, man?
It's like
It's fucking driftwood.
it's a chicken bucket filled with French fries.
Hell yeah.
It's like Thrashers.
A seagull skull.
Yeah, a seagull skull would be kind of sick when I think about it.
Some fucking wings
Oh
on it.
fuck! I gotta pee again.
What was I just thinking? Oh, their new drummer is like one of the best drummers alive.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, isn't it the guy who just played for Sepultura?
Yep.
Eloy Casagrande.
Yeah,
Sepultura.
the one dude that wasn't actually related to Sepultura.
Right.
Do you want to take a pee break or do you want to do? Sure.
I do my best to abandon my accent.
You know what's weird? The water thing that we
That
go,
pisses me the fuck off.
that we always get shit for.
Water.
I say it both ways, and I don't know why I say it.
I
both
hate
ways.
water.
Kind of like
Yeah, I'm
people
a
with
water- I'm a
Caribbean and
water guy.
Caribbean.
It's fucking water, dude.
I say Caribbean,
Well,
but no, I
With
have
all
said
of them
Caribbean too.
Damn movies.
I've said that. I've said both.
Growing up, it was like, hell yeah, Caribbean.
Yeah.
and then Pirates of the
Jack Sparrow.
Caribbean.
You know, it's funny when you refer to it geographically, it's the Caribbean. But if it's like food, it's Caribbean.
Or if say I'm
fuck's
going
up
on
with
vacation to the Caribbean,
Yeah.
but if you're like, oh, I'm going on a Caribbean cruise,
You're like,
it'll switch
wait,
like
what?
that. Fuck. Why would you say it both ways, you fucking weirdo?
Couldn't
But
tell
I
you.
do that with water and water.
I hate water.
Like if I'm yelling at my dogs because they fucking run around the backyard and they don't drink, I'm like, go drink your fucking water. But if I'm like, hey, when you're up in the kitchen, can you grab me a water?
Yeah.
It's fucking weird, right?
Ambidextrous.
Like, and that's one of the only words I do that shit. Except for orange. I used to do it too.
That's a weird one.
Orange.
Orange, because orange is the color orange juice though. So orange with the O, orange for
Never thought about it
the
like
color. It's not intentional. It's just
He's right.
fucking stupid. How do you guys say crayons?
that. Crayon.
Crayon. Yeah.
Crayon.
Fuck a crown.
Crown was how it's.
Ugh.
But I
You
don't think it's.
motherfucker.
I don't think it's my fault. It's just like the first person.
I think it is your fault.
The first person that said said this is what this is to me said crown, so I just took that for the rest of my life.
So you couldn't just
Crown.
later in life acknowledge that they were just wrong and you could.
Yeah, but like
fix
how
it.
hard is it to like a word you've been saying for like 10, 15, 20 years a different way? All of a sudden they're like, oh, you got to start saying it a different way now. Like fuck that.
I can think of a couple words that we've abandoned in the English language
Like
as,
what?
as white guys
Well, the N word.
that no one can say.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't so hard.
Yeah, but like, but here's the thing. Here's the thing.
For me.
Here's where it's different. I think for me, like orange water, they come up way more often than the N word or the F slur.
Yeah.
You're ending it with a hard R too on those.
Yeah.
Orange. Water. That is
Water.
that is the hardest R.
Water.
You say water or water?
Water.
Okay. And we grew up what, 10 minutes apart, like not age wise, but location wise. So it's weird. That's the thing that's weird about Delaware is like some people go really hard with like the Philly-ish accent. Other people go more towards Maryland accent.
I'll give you even more fucked up. My sister says it different than I do.
Yeah, exactly.
We're from the same place.
Yeah, you're from the same Virginia, right? Oh yeah, just different dads, right?
Yeah, same ma.
Same ma. Shout out to Janice, you sweet, sweet lady. Did she still got her cast on?
Nah, she's doing good.
Damn, dude. She's still punching holes in drywall?
Yeah.
It's tile activity.
I told her she's got to lay off the fucking white monster, dude.
It'll turn you into one.
I'm like, you got to stick to the fucking zero carb or like one of the many zero sugar options. Like, this is bullshit.
How fucking funny would it be if you walked in your mom's room and there's just like fucking drywall holes, just like
I can't wait to own a house because like I rent. I can't punch holes in the walls.
Yeah, nah, straight
I
up.
wish I could. You know.
When you can patch your own drywall,
Yeah.
it'll hit different, huh?
Yeah.
I never had that. I never did that as a kid though. I never did like the punch a hole wall.
Nah.
No, I had a friend who punched a hole in his wall when he was a kid, and he told his parents he was leaning back on his chair, and like the legs like just went up, and his head hit the wall.
I did crack a hole
I
in
would
the wall.
lie my ass off too.
I did crack a hole in the wall by accident before.
I put a
Yeah.
hole in my ceiling like
No,
the
he
second day I
definitely
moved
punched
into
it.
my house that I live at now. You remember
we were
that?
supposed to play a show.
Yeah.
and you were like,
yeah, and I'm
hanging
doing
through the
drywall.
ceiling. Yeah,
I'm hanging sheetrock. I'll be at
It's
the
like
gig
the
soon.
episode of King of Queens where he's like hanging through his ceiling, and Ray Romano.
I'll have to send the picture.
Classic.
I remember
I'll send the picture.
that.
I learned how to hang drywall booking shows in like the early 2000s because everybody moshing a dickhead would put holes
You
in the
need
wall.
to know how to do
You need to
drywall.
know how to
Hell,
patch
Taylor
it.
needs to learn.
To keep that venue, you had to be like, look, I'll be back tomorrow morning. I swear to God, I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And then, but still, every time, like, they were like, yeah, but now look, like, the wall's this white, and then there's one spot that's way whiter because it's new. And you're like, fuck.
At the Henny Max, I told everybody, please do not hit the walls. They're literally like, you could breathe on them and they'll crack.
I hate that
And-
shit, especially
and-
when it's like only 5 people at a show.
And you know how people all get stand up against the
Yeah.
wall when the bands are playing, they get
Yeah.
knocked into.
Yep.
Well, I seen a couple kids behinds go into the wall, but they're all cool about it. They offered to fix, the shit the next day,
Yeah.
but the owner was totally cool about it, and
Oh,
still
then
wants us to do
fucking
shows there.
hold on
So
to that shit.
yeah,
We had
more
this,
shows coming soon.
so
Hell of a venue.
Yeah,
I wish I had a band that actually play it now.
I can get Kansas Priest on a bill if you guys are down. To
We don't
play
have
shows.
members.
I thought you guys had members.
We have 2 guys
Had.
now.
Damn,
Well, 3.
Flakers. If I was closer, man, I would love to rock.
It's me, Evan, and Marty, and Marty's in Sunburster now.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I remember you saying something.
Congrats to Marty.
Yeah, Marty.
Shout out Marty.
You're, but I want to play that. I love playing places like that. Like I like that other joint, the one we just fucking played in Maryland. Why is the name fucking blanking on me?
Where?
Wasn't Shamrock?
Shamrock.
Yeah.
Yeah, that place fucking rules.
It's a hole in the wall, but it's our home right now.
Yeah.
It's the new Raven Inn.
Yeah, for sure. I
They
can see
let
that for that.
they let every show or fly there. So
Yeah, man.
Because they're normally like places that are just like neighborhood shitbag bars, and like you guys like booking shows there, like brings up from like 10 people a night to like 50 a night, and that's insane for them.
Yeah.
So they're like, this rules.
Yeah.
Occasionally, you might have to patch a wall. Who gives a
Not at
fuck?
that place.
Honestly-
not even like the worst that happened is like a chair getting
Yeah.
thrown or something. Maybe
And that's rare.
we're pretty
Right?
respectful. I mean, Terry lets us go off there and like,
Is that the old dude?
yeah. So it's actually funny. One of the first couple times I went there was after Moose died, and they did a memorial there because I
Yeah.
guess that was a bar that she frequented. So it's cool to do stuff there now because like I have that memory of somewhere that she would frequent and hang out, and like
Yeah, Moose ruled.
I wish she could be there for the shows, but like every time I go there, at least it reminds me of
yeah. I'm trying. The first show I remember going to there, and I don't know if shows happened there before that, but the first show there was Queensway, Vatican, and
Sanction?
Sanction, yeah.
I was there.
Yep, and I think No Option and
I think they did play.
Array played.
Me and Taylor went there probably close to 10 years ago. It's actually where I got the nickname Hoss.
Oh yeah.
Because, like, I forget the name of the headlining band, but it was Josh from Purgatory. Some old band he played in. And the opening band was, like, this dad metal band, and they had 3 bassists and no guitarists.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And I was standing in front of the stage or something like that, and, like, the vocalist walked up and was like, "Excuse me, Hoss." And then
And you're like,
Taylor called me Hoss ever
You're like,
since.
by all means, please.
Yeah. But they had 3 fucking bass players and
Fuck
no
yeah,
guitarists. It was heavy as shit.
Yeah.
That rules.
And then I walked outside and like the touring band, they had their band there.
Dude, Cancer Priest doesn't need more guitar players. You need more bass players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
True. Very true.
That would be cool.
Oh, fuck, dude. I remember the last time we played at that Shamrock, that guy Terry. We were there mad early because we had been doing a weekend, and we rolled into town. And he's like, "You guys hungry? I'll make you some pizza." I was like,
it's a freaking tombstone.
Whatever,
he just
dude.
fucking nailed it. Like, we're like, "Oh, you guys make pizza here? Sick. All right, yeah, we're all starving. We don't feel like paying for anything." We watched him unwrap a tombstone and everything, and he still burnt it. But did I eat it? Yeah. Did we order a second one? Yeah. Yeah, we
Mike from
did.
Sukka What swears by the Terry burgers. He says he might flip them with his thumb instead of a spatula. But
Fuck it, dude.
Extra flavor.
Yeah.
Flips it with a tongue.
Sean Krim will live or die by the Reuben there.
hey, the Rubens are
There's
back.
literally a picture out there of him. I guess I don't know what band was playing. It might have been a Morbidity show that we played, but the screen cap is just him eating a Reuben while somebody's singing, and you just see him in the background with the sandwich.
That's Sean's belt right there. That mysteriously
Yeah.
fucking broke when he was adjusting it. And I was like, we have to keep that now.
Yeah,
That was fucking weird.
I know. That's a Carhartt
probably-
belt too.
from probably 1978. He found the thrift. I mean, he's got real nice stuff, man.
Yeah. Shout out.
Follow Shrimp Thrifts on Instagram, everybody.
He's a fucking thrifter.
Shout out to fucking Sean Krim, Moby looking motherfucker. Oh,
I only
fucking
get
8 foot tall freak.
I only get a text back from him like every other text now. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I talk music with him on Instagram. That's it.
Should I give you guys presents or is it too early?
Early.
We're closing out.
Yeah, we're about
I mean,
to.
I figured, but I don't want to.
Yeah, go nuts.
All right, hold up.
I mean, I'm not going to tell him what to do, but also like I'm curious to.
All right.
I would have
But
brought
also-
gifts for you guys too, but I came straight from work to his house.
It's nothing special.
And
no
also, it's like your
offense to
19th
Tom.
time you've been here. You're fine.
I don't know
Nah,
you
dude,
as
I wanna
well
bring
as
you guys
Dennis,
something.
Tom. So like my gift giving is like.
I again didn't
Kind
ask
of.
for any of this, so I'm as surprised as you are.
So first and foremost, I want to give Dennis this. I know you're a comic book guy.
And I'm also a Dark Tower guy.
Iron Price is the band that inspired me to start reading the Dark Tower.
Really?
So,
Huh.
I came across this the other day. I already have another copy of it, but it's the Marvel run of the Dark
Yeah.
Tower. So,
I think Peter David wrote it.
so there's that for you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Tom,
David.
He has a Panda Express bag, by the way.
Fuck yeah. Panda Express rips, dude.
Great move.
a great movie.
Oh, I haven't seen that in a long time.
So, Clint Eastwood, incredible director, incredible actor. Here's Frank Rena
Get
for
off
you.
my lawn, you damn.
Now, so for
Big
both
black.
both of you guys, if there's anything I've learned within the last year and a half of my life is that a little bit of Bert and Ernie will really help you and inspire you. So
He's got a
I
bad
have this
boy.
record here.
He's not wrong.
I have this record here
Hey,
that
Bert.
is having fun with Bert and Ernie.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck yeah.
So
dude.
when you guys are feeling down and you need a little bit of pickup, I don't know if you want to share it, pass it back and forth,
We should share. I don't have a
or
record player
if you just want to display it because of their beautiful faces.
It's true.
Here's having fun with Bert and Ernie.
We were just talking
Fuck yeah.
on the Patreon episode we just recorded how I've been in like a real sad sack lately. A little Bert and Ernie would fuck. I don't
No.
have,
It might be your. I don't either.
oh, this is going in this. This is staying right here.
It's not either.
But I will say, as childish as Sesame Street may seem,
That shit rips. What are you talking about?
it's got lessons and thoughts that you can take out of it as not a child
Yeah.
Huh?
and relate to your everyday life and smile a little bit.
There's a video.
That was a profound point.
There's a video, and it's I have this like thing saved on Instagram. It's like saved like clips of like if I'm in a shit mood, these are the things I'm gonna watch and they're gonna make me giggle.
I got one of those too.
One of them is this little girl and Kermit the Frog are doing the ABC song,
You look like Cookie Monster.
and she'll be like A B C D E F Cookie Monster, and like Kermit starts getting madder and madder. And she starts cracking up, and for some reason, like if I'm in a shit mood and I watch that video, I'm just like, don't kill yourself today.
I was thinking of the one where she said he looks like Cookie Monster, and then he looks to the camera and it shows him jumping off a building.
Damn, that's dark as fuck, dude.
It makes me laugh every time.
Also in there is it's a Sesame Street cut up of a Slayer song, Ditto Head, and it's Oscar the Grouch like just in a trash can singing, and then it's Bert and Ernie. Ernie's on snare, Bert's on this giant bass drum, and it's just like fucking just hammering out, and Grover on an acoustic guitar just wailing. Done to Slayer's Ditto Head, and it is so sick, dude.
Grover is so sick, dude.
He's fucking rules, dude.
There's a newer like running joke where I think it's Abby, one of the girls.
Is she a human girl or a Muppet girl?
A Muppet girl, and she has a pet rock, and Elmo just gets so fucking mad because he's like, it's a fucking rock.
Yo,
He
fuck
said,
that
"Fuck."
guy.
Fuck Elmo. He doesn't have object permanence.
Right?
So like, there's just running gags where like she'll be talking about the rock, and it'll just zoom to Elmo, and he's like rolling his eyes like.
Oh, is that where the meme comes from?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Pretentious
It's like, it's
fucking
a
cunt.
rock.
That pretentious cunt, dude. He's still the rookie in my book because
He's new. He's the new guy.
he was like the new guy, and this was years after I stopped watching Sesame Street. I was like, dude, I came from the years of Grover and Telly, dog. You fucking stink. And now he's fucking acting like he's big time and other fucking people.
We all know it's Big Bird's house anyway.
It's true. House of
Big
Snuff.
Bird, Big Bird.
Yeah, Big Bird ripped. His voice sucked balls, but he was a fucking cool dude. Damn.
Seems all right.
I used to fucking love this dude. It was just a human dude that was on Sesame Street. His name was Gordon.
Hell yeah. Gordon
Bald headed
rules.
black dude with a
Yeah.
mustache.
Yeah.
I like this dude's cool as shit. And I remember when I first saw, as a young boy, I first saw Steve Harvey. I thought it was Gordon.
Dude, that would be so much. That'd be so much better if he was Gordon instead of actually.
Yeah.
Steve
And it was like
Harvey.
an old Showtime at the Apollo Steve Harvey thing. And I was like, dude, this, and I'm like older than, I'm about like 13, 14. I was like, is that fucking Gordon from Sesame Street? Yeah, I'm gonna check this shit out. I'm like, oh, it's not Gordon. But yeah, I was super stoked for like 2 minutes. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna revisit my childhood with that shit.
That's hilarious.
Sesame Street fucking rips, dude.
And
I know
so-
there's not a lot of people who would find that funny, but I tell you what,
Dude,
that is funny.
I fuck it. I'd probably watch Sesame Street again. I'll probably end up cream pieing a girl just so I can have a kid, just so I have an excuse to watch Sesame Street again.
That's my
That's
life
valid.
right now, bro. That's my life.
It's like, do you love your
why.
family? No, I just want to learn about shapes and fucking the ABCs again.
Yep. A refresher
count
would be nice.
multiplication,
Shoot,
all kinds of
I'm
shit.
fucking terrible at that shit. I used to be fucking baller at it when I was a little kid, thanks to the count. Now I stink at it because I've been away from the count's influence for so long.
I think about the count all the time when I'm at work because I deal with a lot of inventory shit.
Yeah.
You know,
one Modelo, 2 Modelo Cerveza, 3 Modelo
Do you ever like go
Cerveza.
down the dark thing though? You're like, oh yeah, he's great. He taught you how to count and do like, add and subtract and shit. But like, he is a vampire,
Yeah,
so he probably has at least one body to his
for
name.
sure.
yeah.
That's just fucking dark, right?
He's picking off the ones that you don't notice.
Yeah, you ever see the Sesame Street characters go by the wayside and you start wondering where'd they go? Count took them.
That's fucking
It was
great.
count the whole time,
Damn, dude.
right under our fucking noses.
All the ones that didn't make the jump from the Muppet Show to Sesame Street, he's just got a fucking.
What's Barncourt? What was that dude calling Delp?
Dr. Teeth.
Dr. Teeth and Electric Mayhem,
Yeah.
dude. That was my shit, dude.
Apparently, our homie Zach looks like him, and
That's tight because that dude's green as fuck.
yeah.
All weekend, everybody was just all fucked up on mushrooms in one way or the other. And this dude kept seeing Delp and being like, Dr. Teeth!
cool.
I did go to school, I think it was
High
middle
praise.
school, with a girl that looked just like Janice from the Electric Mayhem band. She was the bass player. They had like no nose, it was just
Yeah,
straight
his
lips.
eyes and fucking
This girl looked just like her.
eyelashes.
God damn, dude.
Sucker what drummer sets up his drums like Animal though.
Nice.
Bah, 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 bah.
Did you ever see Lady Gaga's special with the Muppets? It's
Yes.
fucking awesome.
I've never
Maybe
seen
she
that.
can't
I'm
do
not
it.
hip to that.
It's really goddamn good.
I'm gonna have to. That's my homework now.
The performance of Venus that she does with them is so
Yeah.
goddamn good.
Yeah.
Wait, Venus? Like
The song.
She's got it. Yeah, babe.
No,
Venus song?
not that Venus. Hers from the album Art Pop.
Oh, I don't really know her jams like that. I just know her from
I do.
being hot.
No, there's nothing she can't do.
Shout out Stephanie Lemon.
Except being a good Joker movie, I guess.
got
That is not her fault, dude. Whoever decided to make that shit a fucking musical.
Todd Phillips.
Well, you gotta be kidding me, dude.
Oh no! Shout out, Todd Phillips really has had a fall from grace. You know what his first directorial
Old
It
School.
was something really good, right?
He did Old School.
depends on what you think about really good.
Old School was one of his.
Before Old School,
What was it?
hated the Gigi Allen documentary
Tight.
with when Dee Dee Ramone was in the band and quit and like
I think I watched that on YouTube in like the infancy of YouTube.
yeah.
I watched it.
That was his first like.
I
Damn.
would have
Wow.
never knew that
I
actually.
watched it on YouTube, but honestly, like.
And then he does The Hangover and all that, you know.
Yeah. The first thing I remember hearing from him was
and then
Old School.
And then he made $1 billion.
A badillion?
Yeah,
Is that like a $1 billion that has a nice hot ass?
it's
on it?
like more than a cajillion.
It's like a badunka and a fucking. God damn, I gotta pee again.
Yeah, definitely.
I gotta pee again.
He
Introduce
broke
home-
Dennis's seal.
Introduce homework.
Yeah, nobody heard that.
Push the mic away, you dick.
We know. Let's see. Every week, Dennis and I assign each other homework. One piece of comedy and one piece of music, respectively. Sometimes a little bit of both, sometimes a little bit of one or the other. And then we report back on it the following week. And then we usually ask our guests to take part in it as well. Last week, we had nobody on the show. It was just me and us three boys, Dennis, Murrow, and myself. So we got off pretty light as opposed to other times. And I got that here. Right here. Yeah, Mike assigned us one thing, and Dennis assigned us a couple things. I got two things.
Tight.
Well, I'll start with what Mike assigned us since it was only one thing. He assigned us Scum Raid's, I guess it was the EP called The End, South Korean punk band. My review is going to be really short of this. It's just, yep, 7 out of 10. It all sort of blends together in a super fast, pissed off South Korean punk fury, and I really liked it. I have not much to say about it. It was great.
I wrote first intro smells like immediately. As soon as I put on the core, I'm like, this is smelly. The vocals, I fuck with the vocals heavy.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, the delivery was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm not really a big like crusty kind of guy, but it definitely had those type of vibes.
It super depends, but yeah.
The second to last track, I thought was the best one.
It got better as it went on.
Yeah, for sure. Like halfway through the record, I was like, all right, I'm getting somewhere.
Same.
I gave it a 7 out of 10 too. I might listen to it again. I might not.
If it was on streaming, I'd listen to it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Not a fan of Bandcamp.
I just don't go to it to listen to stuff. It's easier to put on Spotify and then close your phone. Because it'll just keep fucking playing.
First off, I think the last few things Murrow has brought to the table has all been the exact same thing.
It's pretty fucking similar.
It's fast, it's angry, it's heavy. It's like, what is going on? Like, he doesn't have anything chill going on at all.
It's funny you say that because he'll either assign us things like this or like the dreamiest, like nicest girl
Oh, yeah.
that you've heard.
There's got to be contrast.
Yeah.
Truly.
I just wrote Scum Raid, The End. I like the fast song where dude was like, 6.5 out of 10. It was good. Not much to separate it from the pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, hey, it scratched that itch, man.
I'd watch him. You know, I'd listen to it more if it was on like, stream.
If they came to the United States, I'd go see them.
Yeah.
I'd watch him with a clothespin on my fucking nose.
I don't know, man. South Koreans might not have any fumes.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I keep thinking, all I know is that girl from China that I'm in love with.
When you want to import from China.
I love her so much, dude. She's so whimsical. I fucking love her, dude.
That
love
sideways
it.
thing.
Did you listen to it, Jake?
So I didn't get around to any homework.
Fair enough.
It's not your job.
Well,
to.
I
also a father.
would like to, but honestly, all I've been listening to is the Sesame Street greatest hits and
Fuck yeah.
I mean,
watching Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. So
it's 11 out of 10,
Tight.
better than anything we've got. So
We actually we had a comedian on recently, John John Montag.
Oh yeah, the Trolls album. Yeah,
Trolls
Yeah.
and Kids
I
Bop.
could relate.
Yeah.
I could relate to that.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that's all Tom.
That's all Mike brought.
Yeah. You brought me. Do you like me to start with music or comedy first?
Whatever.
I'll start
You know it don't matter.
I'll start with comedy. You brought me Clayton English. I bought all the Obama merch.
Side note: I thought it was much longer than it was. I was wrong.
Yeah. I remember seeing this dude on this is not my choice of words, this is what it was called. The New Negroes on Comedy Central. This dude
Yeah, I can't believe that was the title.
Whoa!
this was also kind of an older show when it started. This dude Baron Vaughn and I forget the other guy who did it too. But it was basically all like black comedians, right? Mm-hmm. I remember seeing this dude on that, and then I find out that this is actually not a special. This is actually one of his sets from that show. Guy's got a Cosby sweater, and his delivery is Dave Chappelle. He really is kind of like doing a Chappelle impression, almost. It was fine. It was decent enough. The jokes are kind of mid. They're not bad. But the drug dog bit was pretty fucking good, but only a 4.5. Like, it wasn't bad, but yeah, the drug dog bit was pretty good. He's like, yeah, I could tap that fucking bumper too and bring him up there. Like, yeah, that's not drugs. That's just him being a dog. But yeah, it was all right. I will check out anything else he does, though. I would like to see an actual full special from this dude. You also, anybody else watch that?
I didn't have time to watch any of the comedy specials. I was hoping to get around to it last night.
Fair enough.
I would like to, but I don't have internet right now, so
It's
Oh
overrated.
man, what a prison!
it really makes
Jesus
it hard.
Christ.
Nah, this guy is the analog king.
I'm
He's
running
got
off-
entertainment for days.
I'm running off of booklets and DVD cases and personal hotspot on my phone.
Fucking Ted Kaczynski over here.
Boy, oh boy.
Living like it's 06.
Telling you. You also brought me a record I was familiar with, Fluids, Exploitative Practices. Yeah. Someone really likes Mortician. It's me, Dennis McGonigal.
yeah.
That's me.
Oh yeah, Fluids does too.
Yeah.
7 out of 10. It's honestly, this is a Mortician record. But that is so not a goddamn bad thing. It rules.
Compliment.
So
Fluids rules.
I would, yeah. It would
Computer drums.
Yeah, go
finish
nuts.
your review.
Go nuts. No, 7 out of 10 was that's it.
I remember this record being like one of the first Mega Stomp releases I remember hearing.
Yeah.
Along with Ossuary and the Frozen Soul demo.
Yeah.
Is it real instruments? Like
I think it is.
Computer drums.
Is it?
Yeah.
But everything
Or an
else is
electronic
real.
kit,
Like
one of
they got the
those.
best drummer in the world playing in the
Yeah.
band. But I remember that whole era and like that whole era of bands coming and like I really liked that first record. I didn't really listen to them much after that. They got a bunch of splits and stuff,
They
but
have a lot.
Oh, yeah.
that first record just it hits every time. Like all the instruments complement so well, and Dennis is right about the whole Mortician vibe. I feel like it's more like a Mortician meets Incantation kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of like long doomy kind of like
Yeah, it's
Parts.
not.
Like a less
but
boring
it's not all, you know, a minute and a half of sample, 45 seconds worth of blast, maybe a breakdown at the end. There's some flavor to it.
Yeah.
It's also not as boring. It's like it has an incantation influence, but it's not as
Yeah.
boring as incantation.
100%.
Kind of get.
Dude, I love. Don't get me wrong. I love Incantation
Yeah.
Same.
for about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they did another with EPs, you'd be stoked. But it's all
My,
LPs.
my favorite
Yeah, yeah.
Incantation release is that EP, The Entrapment of Evil.
Yeah.
That is fucking,
That's awesome. That's so
goddamn
great.
Good.
It's so good. The yellow and black one.
Yes.
So fucking good. But every time I've seen them, they're playing like a fucking 40-minute slot.
Yeah, and it's
or
like,
longer.
oh
Yeah.
my god!
I'm like, dude, I just want to see the headliner and go home. It's 11
I think the last time I
o'clock.
saw him was with Fetus.
I don't think I've ever seen them as a headliner,
I've seen him as a headliner.
but I've also never seen them play less than 45
Yeah.
minutes.
That's what I'm
Even
saying,
as a
man.
support, it's like
That's exactly
Jesus
what
Christ,
I'm saying.
guys. And like, it's like, look, dude, I really like you guys, and this is fun and all, but it's a Wednesday.
Oh, I forgot my rating. 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Fluids
Blues
fucks,
rules.
dude.
All their other shit is really
Yeah, I
good
gotta
too.
dive back into their catalog more. I really those early Mega Stomp days. There were some really good releases on there, and I mean, looking at them now, the bands they got on there now, I feel
Yeah.
like it's more like, you know,
Now
more
it's-
appealing to the hardcore crowd. But
Yeah,
you know,
that's
Oh, the hardcore crowd is buying shit.
exactly,
Yeah.
it's paying that guy's bills,
It was
paying
also
the band's
cool,
bills.
like back in the early Magastomp days. Like you had, like I said, this band is kind of Mortician worship, but they were on that label that was mostly kind of like old school death metal worship. Yeah. So they did kind of stick out back then. And I say, yes, it is kind of carbon copy Mortician, but
they do it well.
That is not a slight.
He said it 3 times.
When there's
That's
only
not a
a few
slight.
bands that sound like that, it still is like you stand out, I guess.
And there's other bands that do sound like that just don't make it.
They don't cut the mustard.
There's
doesn't
other
make it
bands trying to do
entertaining.
the Mortician thing, but they just can't do it right. Like
They can't
Lewis
make
does.
it enough to like stick out and
not-
actually be memorable.
Not quite up to snuff.
Our brother Dane really liked that record too. That was one that we would like share songs from back all the time when he was still around. So
Oh yeah, dude.
How many times did you break the law? Hundreds. So fucking hard.
Do you want to get into what I brought to you?
Yeah, you got me 2 comedy specials.
Oh, we had that fucking
Okay.
for all of us. The Bill Burr special was for all 3 of us, but Mike decided like,
Oh, you mean like how he's not here?
yeah, that fucking
Good job.
shifty ass Guido.
Anyway, you assigned us 2 specials and a record, so
Sorry.
they were both Hulu specials. The first one was Bill Burr's Drop Dead Years. And my review is this. It says, according to Bill, you're about 3-ish years from starting your Drop Dead Years, Dennis.
Sounds about right.
I've been married. Woo! Hey, you're not in it. I think I saw a preview of that bit when he was like
Yeah.
saying that's the lady in the crowd. He's kind of really only like the first half of the special was like only like my wife this, like we disagree that, men can't be sad, you're pathetic, this and that. Like he's been doing that forever.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm over the my wife shit from Bill. Bill is way funnier than that. Like he can make that material funny, but I'm just like, dude, I've seen him do it on like 3 specials now. And the men being pathetic because they're sad, like I get it, you're from Boston, like, but he did make the Joe Biden dementia chunk pretty funny. Fuck you, old man. And he said, great grandfather's hate group. I don't like blacks, Jews, or fucking queers. And look for the red flags, little guy, big watch. That was such a fucking accurate joke. But I still give it like a fucking 5. Like
Really?
I've seen better shit from Bill even recently.
this is new, right?
Yeah, this is
Okay.
brand new.
Yeah. All right.
I think when I signed it was maybe like less than a week old.
All right.
You didn't like the gun range bit when he was doing his like pew pew pew.
That the sound pew pew made me
Yeah.
laugh.
I fucking loved it.
He does have an artistic way of like taking something that's not really that funny of a joke, but even just doing little things like that, just a little bit of flavor on it made it funny.
Like when comedians like kind of like rehash the same territory they visited on a previous special, you're kind of like, all right, what else you got? Like
That's
move
what
on.
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
But I thought he brought enough good jokes around the stuff that he's already visited that it was worth him bringing it back.
the second half was much better.
Yeah.
Once he got off the my wife fucking shit, I was like, okay, this is what I wanted to see.
Because he's had a lot of shit about like, oh, being sad. You can't do that when you're a man and you're from Boston or whatever.
Like, I've got kids.
But
like,
every
fucking-
time he's brought it up, it's like the jokes around it. Of course, it's like a trite and it's a path that's been paved enough times. But it's like he's still bringing enough fresh and good jokes around it that I think it's worth it. And yeah, all right. Well, if it didn't hit you, it didn't hit you.
not quite.
Fair enough.
And the other special was Chris DiStefano's new Hulu special, or newer, right? It's within the last
I
year.
think it's maybe like 3 weeks older than Bill Burr's.
It's just unfortunate. I said the joke about Joe DeRosa calling him with his problems. He's like his single friend with no kids and has all these problems. Like, it's so clearly about Joe DeRosa,
Yeah.
the friend with the sandwich shop and no children.
Yeah.
It's interesting seeing him take the same anti-woke talking points and make jokes about them a little funny still. Like no children, safe spaces, on the spectrum, transitioning. Like these are topics that people have beaten into the fucking ground,
Yeah.
and he's still made it a little funny. Even though like I've heard it from anybody who's not mainstream, if you will. He said I said, I came home and my girl was putting up sheetrock. I don't even know what sheetrock is. She was like, are you going to help me? And he was like, yeah, I made us lemonades. So good. And the tags about his stepson being in the house all made me laugh. The Yankee no-hitter story was the best part of the whole special.
Yeah.
He does the Chrissy Chaos like yelling thing a little too much, like just a touch. And I had no idea Jimmy Kimmel was an executive producer of the special.
Oh, was he?
Right? And did you stick around for the credits?
If I did, I don't remember.
If you happen to watch the special again, there's great B-roll in the credits of him and other comics hanging out, like in the green room before that set.
Oh, really?
Or maybe after. It was really funny.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So I gave it a 5.5.
Oh.
It was better. It was much better than other stand-ups he's put out before.
The one on
Comedy
Netflix?
Central?
Netflix.
Or Netflix too, yeah. What the fuck?
Speshy Weshy.
Yeah, it was way better than that.
Yeah.
Even size 38 waist was better than Speshy Weshy.
It sucks because like his specials never get to how funny he is on his own podcast and guesting on other people's podcasts.
Truly.
And that sucks because he's generally fucking hilarious.
He's a fucking joy. He's a joy to watch.
Yeah.
He's so funny.
Oh.
Now, and finally, the music that you brought me. Languid, shove their system up their ass.
Hell yeah.
I found it on YouTube. Was it YouTube? No, I found it on I found it on Bandcamp actually. I found it on Bandcamp actually. Stop it. I said the singer actually reminds me of Dwid a little bit.
Yep.
I can't lie. This also kind of blends all into one. Less South Korean, only a little less pissed off punk shit. I don't hate it. If it was also on streaming, I would keep listening to this band. I really liked it. 7 out of 10.
Oh. Did anybody else check that one out?
Yeah. I thought the recording quality was like really good.
Yes.
Like the drums.
It was the
drum mix
listen.
was awesome. The guitar sounded great. The songs felt like they were so goddamn long, but none of them were under 2.5 minutes long.
Yeah.
Or
Fair.
over 2.5 minutes long. Sorry. But I really like the song "Chemical Burns." You know, it started off with a nice little like feedback intro.
Yeah.
I listened to it twice. Like Tom said, if it was on streaming, I would probably listen to it more often.
Yeah, band's good.
Are they from?
I forget where they're from. It's not here.
Yeah, I was thinking Europe or something maybe, but you know,
you think you're
Tom's
right?
pretty right about the DeWitt vocals though. I was at first I was like, this sounds familiar, and I was like, oh, it sounds like he's trying to go for like a DeWitt or something.
I heard it immediately.
Yeah,
I want to say they're from the Nordic, like either Finland, Norway.
makes sense.
Scandinavia.
Yeah, that area. I'm not 100% sure. I have to check in with Dave Janis to get their fucking backstory. Now, when we do this bit, we also ask our guests to take part, and genre, year of release does not fucking matter. Just let us know what you've been jamming lately. Jake, what do you got for us, bud?
I got a full fucking list.
Let's go, dude.
So
Give us one thing.
No.
I'm just saying I've watched a lot of this podcast and I've been brewing. I've been brewing on my homework for a long time. So I have 2 of each.
Okay.
Music, I'm going to start off. Band, Energy. Album, Invasions of the Mind. Bridge 9 band, kind of if you put a little bit of hardcore in like mid-air AFI.
Damn, why would you like them at all?
A lot of black nails and mascara and
Hot.
Is it invasion or invasions?
invasions.
Okay, plural. Gotcha.
This is like the definitive work of that band's career.
Mikey Bafalco, huge energy guy.
I've been listening to this album since I was like 13, 14 years old, and it never gets old.
I've seen them live. I've never listened to their single recorded note.
It's if you look at them, it's exactly what you would think it would sound like.
What, I want to have sex with them?
Kind of.
Nice.
Okay.
Second album, this shit was buried by when it was dropped, and
I hate when that happens.
Eternal Sleep, Desperate Prayer Blues.
I think we both have to kind of back out of that because
Like, I'll review it, but yeah. It'll be biased.
Uh-oh. Well,
Because I know Travis really well.
Yeah,
I know both of the Benningtons, and especially Colin very well.
I love Travis, and I think that album is a perfect representation of like
What they could do.
everything sonically that's come from Pittsburgh, whether it be heavy stuff or like even I'll compare it to Code Orange.
Dude, their most recent time at Shamrock was like
We were
unfucking
both there.
believable.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
They blew the doors off that place,
Yeah.
man.
and I really hate it because that album did not get the love that it deserved.
Absolutely.
Truly, you're so right. It did get buried.
I love them, but I think the problem is they don't tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
first
well-
time I saw them was with Harm's Way, and like, I didn't really listen to them at the time, but like when I saw them, I was like, this band is fucking amazing.
Oh, when they put out that 2-song fucking
Dude,
Oh, yeah.
that turned hardcore upside down. Everybody liked that.
yeah,
thing.
yeah, and I remember them selling out Sidebar with I forget what other band it was, but either way,
I think I was there.
they played Sidebar to a sold out show, and
Was
then
it Nation Steel Nation then too?
No, that was the most recent show, but this was like 6 or 7 years ago, right after I forget what the album.
I saw them at Sidebar with the Beautiful Ones of Harm's Way.
The Beautiful One.
That was it.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yep.
So that
Good
show,
show.
they played that, and then years later we see them at Shamrock Inn, and it's like insane. I just gotta say, Travis, when it comes to guitar players, like
He's the guy.
Yeah.
he puts his work and his research into his tone sounding fucking insane.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I really think this album showcases that.
Yeah. When I was like when you're on tour, like having discussions in the van, you're like, okay, make a super group of people in hardcore. Like any member of any band has drums, guitar, bass. Travis was always in my lineup because of his fucking tone.
Yeah, it's insane.
That Ohio show I brought up earlier. Hold on, what's that? I actually met Travis at the Columbus show. He was in a band, him and his brother, called Death Right, but not the one R-I-G-H. It was
Oh, it was
not the- not the-
R-I-T-E?
No, he was the other one with the R-I-G-H-T.
Okay.
I think they only had a tape, but even then, it was like Jesus Christ, dude. And we were like, we're out with Reign Supreme, and John Bowes introduced me to him, and he's like, watch his brother play drums. He's
the
one of
hardest
few
hitters,
dudes
dude.
Who's one like he can make anything sound insanely hard, and he's one thing he does, and a lot of drummers don't do in hardcore anymore. Single bass.
I was gonna say he plays a single
Power.
pedal, and it's insane.
Power.
Doesn't do double bass at all, and you don't really figure it out. Like put two and two together, and someone's like, he only plays one bass drum or one bass pedal. You're just like, oh fuck, he does. But that's still the hardest fucking Jesus Christ, dude. He's fucking nuts.
Band is ridiculously heavy.
He's an iron worker too. Local 3 Pittsburgh.
If I could find that Death Right tape, like get it ripped. I still have the tape. If I can get it ripped, I'd be fucking stoked.
I talked to Travis for a while, and when they played that show, I guess I saw Colin, and I thought it was Travis.
They do look very
I
similar,
walked up
especially now.
Dude, I was like, "What's up, dude? Like, how's it going? Good to meet you," and all that shit. And then like later, I saw Travis, and I was like,
Oh, Travis is the slightly bigger one.
Yeah.
And it's, like at
the longer hair, yeah.
at the Shamrock show, now they both have the giant beard. They look
Yeah.
so goddamn
yeah,
similar.
Yeah. Eventually, I walked up to his brother, and I was like, "My bad, dude." Like,
They both look like
He's-
Ice Road truckers, yeah.
Yes, Travis is like Travis was born in a flannel.
so I'll try to speed it up, but I got 2 comedies as well.
Okay.
First and foremost, Ryan Sickler, Lefty's son, is the name of the special.
I gave it to him before,
Fuck.
but what's the second one anyway? Regardless,
Okay. So first, I just want to say shout out to Ryan Sickler. He went to the same high school as me.
That's
Huh.
Tom's boy, dude.
We grew up in the same area, and like listening to his stuff is insane because like
you can relate. Like you know exactly where he's talking
Very
about. and
much
shit.
so.
Like to the block.
Yeah, my
Very
girlfriend's
much
from the
so.
same town he's from too.
Gotcha.
my second is it's not a video or anything. It's a CD. It's an old
Okay.
CD. Andrew Dice Clay, The Day the Laughter Died.
I've kind of been meaning to check this out.
He walks the whole crowd throughout the whole fucking special.
It's
And
really fun.
that's like the whole rub.
Yeah, it's like the whole point of
That's
it
the
is,
Rick Rubin
is to
produced
like
one, right?
get everybody.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Yes. And he was seriously at the top of his game and decided to do this, which is kind of a baller move.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the ballsiest
It's
move.
like
I've
the
never
most
listened to it myself. I'm gonna have
it's
to.
the most offensive, like
Some good homework.
It's a little rough to get through, but when
Yeah.
you like see like what's behind it and what went into it, you're like,
it's hilarious.
nice, dude.
It's fucking
No.
hilarious.
what a fucking like comic choice to make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just let's just I
You know
could
what?
tank
Fuck
my
you
career
guys.
or not, you know. Yeah.
Pull that in just a little bit.
Sorry, buddy.
There you go.
Sharm.
What do you got for us?
All right. I was actually thinking about the first time I came here, and the homework I gave was torture. Now I think about the band. I'm like,
Free Palestine.
wow.
We get it.
Right
Yeah.
lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thought it was cool for about, maybe a month.
A
and then-
month. Yeah, about that.
I'm not going to get into it, but
Doesn't matter.
My homework, the first record, I think I came with like soft records last time. I'm going to give you some heavy shit. Veracious Contempt, Exquisite Suffering. It's a death metal band from Texas.
They love vocabulary, don't they?
Yeah. The song titles are crazy too. This is
kidding?
probably so far my record of the year.
Nice.
It's like if Mortal Decay was like a hardcore band.
Exquisite.
A lot of crazy parts. It's just heavy as fuck. Like the dance parts are ignorant. Like I really want this band to come play the East Coast. Voracious Contempt, if you're listening to this, hit me up. Come play to Henny Max. It'll be dope.
Also, Mortal Decay, if you're listening to this.
Yes, come play.
Come play Baltimore, please.
Yes, I will lose my mind.
I think Evan knows a couple of guys in that band.
Evan, hook it up,
course
bro.
he does.
Come on. But yeah, really good record. Just it's super ignorant. My second thing is going to be Coagulating, Croaking Abysmal Stench. I just got put onto this record recently.
What Abysmal Stench?
Croaking Abysmal Stench.
Croaking like a toad.
Big Broken Hope vibes. Again, ignorant, super dingy recording quality. It's pretty nasty. I got one more record, if that's cool.
Fine.
We listened to it a lot on the van, and somebody may have already brought it, but the new Cloakroom album, Last Leg of the Human Table, it's fucking awesome,
It
man.
really is.
And then my last thing for comedy special, I'm not going to lie, I've been lacking on comedy specials lately. I think the last one I watched is probably going to be the homework assignment, Sam Tripoli, Quiet.
You know, I've always wanted to see
Oh,
something
quiet.
Yeah, just called Quiet.
I've always wanted to see something that he would put out because for years now I've heard other comics say that he's like a killer. He's so funny on
He's
stage.
an acquired taste, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely as far as podcasting goes.
For sure.
And he has made me laugh before.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I'm like, maybe his act will stand up.
I went and seen him live in Virginia, and it was awesome.
Okay.
He kills live.
Tommy, one thing each of us, you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry
What do you
for
got
the
for me,
long
bud?
homework.
No, it's fine.
I have a comedy special for
Okay.
you. I learned about it because Nimesh Patel dropped this guy's name.
Okay.
And it was fucking buried on Netflix. I had to like actually find it by his name. The guy's name is Langston Kerman.
Oh, I know that guy.
And the special is called Bad Poetry.
Is it new?
Yes. It's pretty fucking new.
I found him on one of the Don't Tell specials.
I had no idea who the fuck he was, but
Yeah.
Nimesh Patel said he was funny, and I was like, "Damn, he has a Netflix special."
Yeah.
I just listened to him.
All right. You know what? Fuck it. My homework is Langston Kerman's Don't Tell special.
Okay.
We'll make it nice and easy. That's what I got.
Great.
Boys, you got anything to plug?
Yeah. Both of our bands have a show coming up in June 6th at the Auto Bar. All Out War, Bulldoze, Next Step Up, Scrutinize,
Wow.
Suck a What, Mortal Ground.
Nice.
Probably the coolest show I could have got asked to play.
Yeah.
Scrutinize doesn't have a lot going on. Mike just moved to North Carolina a couple months ago, so we're
Dork.
taking it easy. But I got another band coming up, or two bands actually,
Jesus Christ,
with
man.
my brother Bob, who plays bass in Scrutinize. Blood Marsh, we're playing a show on April 13th at the Simple Bar in D.C. with a bunch of other bands. It's a matinee show. And then I think it's May 9th at the House of Chiefs in Baltimore. Our other new band, Embalmed, death metal band, playing our first show.
When's that Don't Start None show at Moore's?
Oh, yeah, shit. We do play in a band called Don't Start None. How did we forget about that?
Yeah. I don't know the fucking date.
Yeah, I think it's April 16th at Moore's Burgers.
Fucking Catonsville.
Yeah, Catonsville, Maryland.
Yo, white boy Wank got stabbed there half a year ago for fucking with some girl or something like that. So like,
don't fuck around.
Don't fuck around at Moore's
21228.
Burgers. That's really about it.
Taylor thought it was a cheeseburger establishment before the show got announced.
So I'm having a kid in like a month, almost like May 6th. So Sukka what's kind of laying back and like writing some stuff right now.
Well, you know what? Mazel then.
Thank you.
You know, is it a boy or girl?
We don't know. We're finding out when they're born.
Oh, wow.
I did that last time, and he came out, and I saw his nuts, and I thought it was like a growth. And I was like, oh wait, that's a fucking ball sack. It's a boy.
Wow.
That's so fucking funny.
So it's really one of the last few surprises you can like leave yourself in life. You know what I mean?
I guess so. And you go to these fucking appointments, and the it's not an X-ray tech. Is it a radiologist who does a ultrasound or what?
There's a certain name for it.
Is it OBGYN or what?
So yeah, it's at an OBGYN.
Okay.
But like the actual practice of doing the ultrasound, they have a name, title, but I'm not sure.
Well, the fact that they can keep their mouth shut, that's pretty admirable.
Yeah, well, we tell them to. And like, the weird thing is like, you know, when we're doing the ultra scans and shit like that, there'll be points where they're like, all right, we have to measure this part, but you have to look away. So, like, you don't, because if you don't want to see.
Yeah.
Well, the truth is you can't prepare too much more, whether it's a boy or a girl.
It doesn't make a difference.
Besides the color of the fucking room. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, as long as the baby comes out healthy, it's cool. And it's fun. It's fun to guess.
Sure. Yeah, it does leave it up to the over. What's the over under?
Yeah. No, we had the last when Justice was being born. Sukka was writing a song, and like I wanted to name it after him, and then like I wrote it about like after Dane passed and Caroline was pregnant, and like I was going through a lot of stuff at that time. You know what I mean? Between like the new life coming and the old life going, and we didn't have a name for it, and I had to wait till he was born to like.
Name the song.
The song, yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. So shout out Justice by Sukka What.
Shout out to fucking Dane Benitez, dude. That kid was nice as fuck.
He was nice, but you didn't want to fucking catch a bad one from him.
Nope.
He was a sweet little boy. The thing about that kid that always caught me off guard was his voice.
Oh.
It's like, dude, that's your fucking voice? That doesn't fit your body at all, weirdo. Yeah, he's a good boy. Tommy, you got anything else?
No, I got nothing. Let's get out of here.
Yeah. Jake, Sharm, thanks for coming down.
Thank you for inviting us again.
Always
we'll
welcome.
Everybody next week. Weird.
Just the boys.
Just the boys, dude. The first lady.
Oh, we got more of the first lady.
More of the first lady beauty pageant.
Yeah, the first lady beauty pageant.
So
I worked so fucking hard on that episode.
He did, dude. Like, I know we always ask you guys to please repost the videos, repost the clips. Tommy put a lot of work.
If you listen to it, fine, but please watch it.
Into last week's episode, please, like, go to YouTube, just like watch, like repost the clips, share the fucking link to the YouTube thing because Tommy actually put his fucking legwork in, and yeah.
Put my little baby nuts into it.
He did, dude. So go check that out. Also, like I said, patreon.com/IRRANDILL. We will see everybody next week. Maybe Mike will be here. I mean, he's been on the job for like 3 days. He's only showed up for one.
The man's a hall of mirrors. What can I say?
See you next week. Later.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I love you more than I can say. I love you twice as much tomorrow. Love you more than I can say. Oh, yeah, yeah. I miss you every single day. Why must my life be feel so long? I love you more than I can say. Thank you.